What's up?
What's up?
Just wrote that song like 3 hours ago.
It sucked. No, I liked it.
Well, it's a similar one I wrote before. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. I've been saying that phrase for like 15 years. So
Yeah. What's up, Nut House?
there's this too, but that's for later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't looked at Che yet. What's up, everybody? He said Nut House, Peanut, Toasted Goat, Cheryl Rich, Snooks. Aloha, everybody.
I think you took out our ain't got no gas in it. You did.
Which
ain't
one?
got no gas in it.
Was it a video or was it a?
But what's this?
Yeah.
Welcome to
Do-do-do-do.
the Steve Harloha
Do-do-do-do.
Show. Anyways. No, you remember the one that said ain't got no gas in it?
Well, I had one that was a video, but I don't remember having it on the music part or the clips part.
Yeah, I was in there. I don't remember why. I don't know.
Got no gas in it.
Got no gas.
Oh, I remember now.
Well,
Yeah, I did have it down there. Shoot, why isn't it there?
I just want to say something on, but I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to send you a picture of it. I don't want to cause no trouble.
Who got problem, man?
Everybody
Who got
got
trouble?
Everybody got a problem.
Who got beef?
This dude right here, I'm about to send you a picture of.
Hey, wait, I don't know if it's mine or yours, but I'm gonna just all right, say something again.
Hello.
There we go. That's better.
Yeah, I had it off my ear because it's hot in here, man. I must be sweating in these headphones. Can you see that?
Yep. There you go. That's perfect.
Check your text.
Mine? Oh.
Yeah. Isn't that nice? Not nice. It's just not nice. The world we live in is not nice. Well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. That's weird.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? So we got 4th of July coming in what, 24 days. I don't remember, when is the official start of summer? What day?
Every day here.
Well, yeah. Well, not everybody lives there. I don't remember. I should know this by now. I mean, I've been living here all my life.
It's. Hold on, I'll look.
I'll beat you first. June 20.
I don't know. It says summer solstice is June 20th.
It arrives at exactly 4:51 p.m. in Michigan on the 20th. Okay, so I was tripping out because it's been really cold. It hadn't been warm like normal in June. Just feels weird. And the sky's never blue anymore out here. We never have a clear day anymore. It's like always overcast. And even when it looks like it's blue, it's not. It's like this very faint cloud cover. Plus, we've been having the smoke from Canada. Really bad. Like the air quality, I think last Friday was on a scale of up to 385 or 400. We had 375. It was like actually said hazardous, stay inside. I think, okay. Stay inside your house, really? Is that bad? But yeah, it was. And then people were sending in all the like, hey, there's another planet. It's red. It's up in the sky. I'm like, dude, that's the sun, and there's smoke in front of it. So. They were like, it's Nibiru or whatever that planet is, the hidden giant Jupiter planet, supposedly hidden behind the sun. I go, okay.
What about Uranus?
Yeah, I mean, it's still tight. Shrinker. Still tight. So I can't even see how many people are in here. I lost my page. I have so much ready to go. And Craig, get in here for a minute, Craig. Nobody knows what the hell I'm talking about.
Hey, Craig.
Right.
Now check your text.
Check.
That's the first thing I was looking at. So I don't even think it matters.
Okay.
It's all good in the hood.
La, la, la. What's your dad's birthday? I missed your dad's.
Hey, Dakota Hayes, aloha, angels don't fall.
What's up?
Oh, dude, you see A9 Miles, aloha, good to see you. Did you see the Nut House show yesterday? I didn't see it. I was listening to it while I was working, but dude, I wish I could have been on the panel yesterday. It was good.
I had one of those days where I was just gorging myself with food and just passing out over and over. So I don't know if you ever done that, but yeah, I'll just eat.
You had a stoner
Like,
day without
Mary,
without getting stoned. You had the stoner day.
Yeah, so I chowed like this massive plate of nachos with avocado, tomato, green pepper, cheese, different shredded cheeses, and oh, it was so good. And then after that, I had so normal day, James. And then I had my daughter had this amaretto ice cream or whatever with chocolate chunks, and I don't eat it. Normally, I don't eat it. I haven't had ice cream in 5 months. But for whatever reason, last night I had this huge bowl of it. And then I was like passing out again. And by the way, my brother said, so a normal day. Earlier when I called him, I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, napping. And I go, you are? He goes, no, I'm not. But I just ate and I will be soon. So yeah, we're getting old.
What's up, Port Air Farmer? Good to see you, brother.
What's up, Dakota? Yeah, we need to
see what Angels Don't Fall said.
No.
You got the Ice Baby riots in LA with the National Guard and Black Hawk choppers, along with the FBI and various law enforcement, going through tear gas like it's a McDonald's drive-through.
I like it. Steve probably don't like. I don't know if Steve likes it, but I like the aggressiveness. I like it. I think you gotta, when people start burning stuff, you gotta put them down right away and make an example. I know there could be some tyranny but
I like the aggressiveness too. If they're doing damage to other people's property or other people, yeah. But if they're not harming anyone or hurting anyone or breaking anything or whatever,
they're doing all the above, waving their freaking country's flags, wearing masks, giving gang signs,
hurting anyone,
stopping the street traffic, throwing stuff, starting fires. Yeah,
starting fires. That's not cool. That's damaging property.
So I was like, when he immediately said, I'm sending in the troops, I'm like, do it, man. Squash this shit. Let's not talk about it for 6 weeks. Just squash it. That's what I'm saying. I know other people feel different. But hey, if you're out there in the middle of the street and you see 50 soldiers out there and your dumbass wants to start a fire with 50 soldiers aiming shit at you, I'm sorry, but you're an idiot. Go like 10 blocks down and start some junk. But
it's also a mob mentality because it's way easy. I mean, and this is true. I've done this when we were late teens, early 20s, but when you're in a big group of people all doing stupid shit, it's a lot easier
Oh
to
yeah.
go along and do stupid shit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you feed off one another, and just next thing you
Yeah.
know, you're naked running through a sprinkler at midnight. It happens. It happens sometimes.
Hey, I think that had something to do with being drug induced,
It just happens.
but there was things we done, and because we were a group of like over 100 people, but if that group would have just been you like 5 or less people, I guarantee you we wouldn't have done that shit.
No, that's
Yeah.
it's I don't know. Yeah, nut house. That I swear if I ran through a sprinkler at night naked now, I would definitely get caught on camera because there's cameras everywhere now, and I probably would go to jail.
I would do it again though. To be honest, I would do it again.
But I really think though that there's hidden cameras everywhere now. Like somebody's door cam would catch it or something, and you'd be like on the news, man, looking for children in the dark. They'd make some whacked out
Oh
thing
yeah,
that
they
you would
always.
do.
It'd be some like even though it'd be 2 o'clock in the morning and most people are sleeping and no school is in session or anything, but you would be like within a mile from a school or something, and they'd be like, "Oh, you're a pervert," and it's like,
All
"It's
right,
dude, what the fuck are you talking? I'm not even." They do
man.
that shit because
He
they're
would
corrupt and
he.
twisted.
It was 2 o'clock, and he had an ice cream truck parked out in the middle of the soccer field in the dark, ringing the bell for the kids to come out.
Right?
You know, it's just something else. They lie. But yeah, I would definitely back to the other subject. If man, I don't want no. It's how do you say it? It's almost all illegals that were doing it too. Okay, so you don't get to have peaceful protests if you're not here legally. You don't get those things. Those are not for you.
Well,
Those
that's
aren't
true.
your right.
That's I can't argue that because if you're here illegally, then you don't have rights.
I mean, so how you can't just claim the rights. I have the right. No, you don't. You don't have the right to a free attorney either, and you don't have a right to a fair trial because you're not even supposed to be here. You have the right to get your ass in a bus and drop back off on the other side. And if you want to come through and get your rights like all the other ones did, then do it. And yes, we need to revamp that system. We talked about it last week. The immigration system's probably a little broken, I'm sure. If it's anything like uh, like us getting our checks, our unemployment checks, or remember that $1,400 payment. It took me like 8 months to get mine.
I never
Couldn't
got shit.
I couldn't get through to anybody, man. During COVID, I couldn't get through to nobody.
I never got a penny for it. I didn't even think that shit was real until people started telling me that they actually got it. I was like, yeah.
I fought for 10 months to get my unemployment. 10 months. I even called Nancy, what's her name? Whitmore, Wichita Moore. I even called her office and left messages with her secretary on multiple times. And then I actually did get a call back from her office, but nothing changed. I still waited 6 more months. Anyways, government ain't doing nothing for you. The government's messed up. There's too many people for them to service. That's the truth. I mean, if everybody needs help at once and the government, you're relying on the government, you're screwed. You better have your own water and food and wait, you know.
Steve's got a good point. He says, I'm in LA, but don't plan on heading towards any federal buildings in the future. And also feel it is totally ridiculous to call in the militarized California National Guard to protect the militarized LAPD. I agree 100%, Steve-O.
See,
What's up, Steve-O? Good to see you.
good to see you, Steve. I'm on the opposite fence, man. If you're in the country illegally and you're trying to hurt people and you're throwing bottles, and I think you need to get squashed. Because if you don't squash this one, they're going to be all over the United States by next week, and they're going to be burning stuff again.
Right. I don't think that's his point. I think the point is that the LAPD is already militarized, and they're just now they're calling in more militarized National Guard to protect them because they, you know,
I think they're scared. I mean,
they should be. They're
it
corrupt.
is LA. You know, we got all the big gangster rappers came out of LA, bro. There's a lot of gangs. You remember that LA riot they had where they pulled that trucker out of the truck and beat him with that brick?
Oh yeah, that was
How
the
not? Yeah.
Rodney King riot.
So they're never going to forget. You know, those riots were inherently violent. So I don't know. If I was a cop and I had to deal with that, I might be a little fearful. Like I was going to take one in the vest or something.
Two to the chest.
Two to the chest.
Oh, who do we have here? Wait, hold on. Before I pull this person up, hold on. I got to do this. I was thinking about you when I made that one too.
Oh, thank you. That sounds like 1920s music. I'd be in a dress with a bunch of beads and stuff and a hat on.
That's funny because that's what I put. That's what I put in the AI when I was making it. Was like 1920s, 1930s jazz, upbeat jazz or something like that. But
as soon as I thought of her, I was like,
that's what it was like.
So that's
Dave, you didn't even say hi to me in the chat.
I didn't.
I'm not too loud, am I?
Do you know why? Because sometimes Dave's not here, man, and he shut the YouTube window off on accident. And I have 37 news articles. Neutered. Get your pets spayed or neutered.
Dave's been neutered.
Not me.
I came up because I wanted to talk about the LA riots because I've been following very closely because of because I mod for Jeff Mack. And I know how you are, Steve, about being kind of anti-government. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, I'm not too loud, am I?
You're always too loud.
I'm not too loud, am I? Okay.
No, you're not.
Oh, shoot. Ugh. Okay, anyway, they're a lot worse than you think, Steve. I've been following them for 2 days and last night. And today they were setting police cars on fire. And it's not so much the Mexican people or illegals or the legal Mexicans. It's more Antifa.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't even think they were still around.
Oh, no, they're out very heavy. They're the ones who set fires. They're the ones who set fire to the police cars and stuff.
Yeah, they enrage the mob mentality. They get everyone worked up and started, and then everyone just follows along like sheep.
Yeah, they're sending in 500 Marines, and the Marines can go in because they don't need Congress's approval. And National Guard went in yesterday, and they may send in more National Guard. They've cut down all public transportation right now. So they've gone into tactical defense mode.
Well,
and they're allowed to use rubber bullets and pepper ball.
If they keep screwing around, they're going to have martial law.
Hey, I say go in there.
Don't want that.
What are those big trucks that they used in Kenosha, the police used, that had the LRADs on them? And they would pop out of the top and throw bombs, and they could close the top. What are those things called?
Wait, say that again.
Anyway.
Molotov? Is that what you're talking about?
Those great big trucks are riot trucks. I call them riot trucks. Yeah. Rock trucks.
But I wanted to point out what Steve, actually, what two people said, but what Steve said is the point is the protesters are legal. Being born here, the protesters' elder family members are the illegals. That's whom they are protesting for. So the ones
No, there's
protesting are
illegals out there
legal.
protesting too. No, there's ones out
Well,
there
I'm
protesting that are
sure there
illegals
always
too.
is, but and then I like what Dakota Hayes says. That everyone paying attention should be anti-government.
I just say kill them all. Yeah,
Of course you do.
yeah. Metallica had it right.
A cop got hit in the face with a rock. They're passing around frozen water bottles. But I'm telling you, Antifa's out there so heavily, they're the ones spurring on more of the violence.
See, now if I was out there, I'd get an AR full of blanks. No bullets, and I'll just and they'd be like, holy, guess we shouldn't do that. Oh, it's gonna get crazier. Wait and see.
Hey, thank you,
Porter. Bad at night.
Porter Farmers. Thank you for sending me that. I've never even heard of this channel. I just looked it up. IRT Media and Real Time Media been showing it live for 2 days. Let's see. This is them right now. This is their live.
It's a lot worse than it's a lot worse. All I wanted to say.
Sending you the link, James.
Hello, James.
StreamYard link is in your messenger, your Facebook messenger, not an alien messenger. I have so much news on this topic of these riots. I think you guys got to take a look.
Okay.
At what's really happening before you make any decisions.
I'm looking at all of it.
Yeah, I mean, when you see,
I'm looking at all of it.
When I see a Democratic representative on Facebook telling ICE to get the F out and then posing with gang members with like Mexican signs and holding up gang signs, what's up with that?
Well, let me just say this. Newsom wants the National Guard taken out. The mayor spoke, and she's appalled at all this, and Kamala is urging it. She's with the protesters. I just want to say hi to the chat. Hi there, Peanut. How you doing? Hi, James. And hit that like, sub, share out, hit the $1 for super chats, and join and become a member. Okay, I'm done.
Thank you, Snooks.
You're welcome. Fasten your seatbelts.
Yeah, it's about to get crazy.
What? Well, the nighttime is the worst, of course, but I think they took over another building. This is, peaceful protests are one thing, Steve. This is not a protest. This is a full-on riot. They blocked the highway, which the feds are out there too in uniforms. They got the highway unblocked. So it's not good. What are you humming?
All right. I'm going to add a clip here real quick.
Good question.
You don't even hum in tune.
Because
Dave doesn't hum in tune, and you smoke like a girl, Steve. What is the matter with y'all?
All right. You guys ready for this? Look at this crap. This is the middle of your city. Come on, man. Who are these people, dude? Go home. Go back to your country. Look at all the.
You love Mexico so much. Go back.
All right, wait, hold on. We got to bring someone else up on the panel, but first I gotta. James is here.
Hey guys, how's it going?
What's up, James? Good. How you been, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just watching the insanity unfold every day.
Not mine. Hi there, James. Did you say hello to me in the chat?
I did, sweetie. Always.
Wait, James, did you say hello? Okay, thank you. I feel much better. Poo-poo on your brother who's so rude.
Your mama.
Socially challenged.
And BS excuses.
Yeah,
That would be it.
your mama.
You cut yourself down. Well, I can't even do any good cutting you down.
I want you to watch the bottles and the rocks. Look, boom. What was that? Start throwing shit at people with guns. Guess it's
Well,
gonna happen.
I'm
What?
kind of old school on that. I mean, you got to be careful. I'm young and old enough to remember the reading about. You definitely don't want to be, using
Breaking
the
up.
military on civilians. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I said you
hear
don't
us,
want to
Steve?
be using it. Am I good?
Yep. Yeah, you're good.
No,
Okay.
that's not what she said. Go ahead.
Oh, you're ruining my videos, nuts.
Well,
I'm shutting up.
I mean, if you want to be careful with using the military on the civilian people, you don't ever want to have to do that, and you don't want people to lose their lives. But at the same time, you got people throwing deadly weapons at policemen and stuff like that is definitely not okay. So force is definitely authorized. So for these guys to go out there and try to stop these law enforcement people from doing their job there's no way to justify that. If you don't like it, then vote. You lost. You don't get to just do whatever you want.
I mean, this is just people trying to get to work, people trying to get to the hospital, people trying to go to the dollar store.
That's okay. Hey, protesting is your right, and civil disobedience is part of that. But throwing rocks and bottles and Molotovs and burning cars is not protest.
Right. Peaceful protest is all right.
Yeah, so this is, I guess,
That shit ain't peaceful.
No.
This is one car too. This is this isn't what I was wanting to show you. I was trying to show you like the thousands of them that were together, all wearing masks. It was reminiscent of BLM.
Well, in general, I think if you're out wearing a mask in public, you're probably doing something you shouldn't be doing. Most people don't have to hide their face when they're just conducting business.
Right. Good point.
And you get it, protest, that's fine. Protest is one thing, but again, rioting is not protesting and is not protected, and they shouldn't expect to get any kind of break when it comes to the law enforcement. They should quash these things.
Ex-bootlegger says, play Frozen on a PA system. It'll drive them nuts.
I would.
I don't know. That crowd probably would love it.
Right? Yeah, you never know. Right? They might all start. Well, it might change their mood. They might start dancing and
start singing "Let Us Go, Let Us Go."
Did you happen to see Maxine Waters do her stupidity?
Oh yeah, they wouldn't let her in. I know she tried to get in the building.
Yeah, she walked up to the freaking building where they're detaining these guys, and she says, "I'd like to exercise my congressional authority and just walk in and do this." And they're like, "Slam, no."
Goodbye. You whack job. Got no authority.
fucking Beetlejuice.
Congressional authority. I was like, what the?
What is? Yeah, don't question my authority.
These Democrats. Yeah, they actually think like they have authority over these institutions because somehow they're involved in the budget process.
Why? This is what I don't understand. Why are they fighting so hard for people that are fucking criminals?
It's their voters.
They're criminals.
I mean, you can call it a conspiracy theory if you want, but the truth is they want these people to come in and they want them to be able to vote, and they want them to be Democrats. And that's the truth. It's not about anything other than voting.
Man, I said I wasn't going to cuss, and I already am on a roll. All right.
Nothing other than them wanting to keep their authority.
Yeah, well, they're traditional voting blocks. If you look at their traditional voting blocks in the inner cities, they're not having a lot of extra children these days. So to replace the voters they're losing, you got to import them. That's just common sense.
All right, check
We're not
this
the
out.
only country doing it. England's doing it. France is doing it. Everywhere in the EU is doing it. They all have the same problem: uncontrolled migration.
Just wanted to say hello to everyone that just came in. See, we got 27
Yeah.
people. Hello, thanks for being
Aloha.
here.
And I'm all for immigrants. Sorry.
So this is one of the better videos.
Well, this is live. This is what Porter Farmer just shared in
Oh,
the
go
chat.
ahead. Yeah. Show
No,
it.
this is live right now. This is the SoCal Shorts. Or I thought, yeah, it is live because
Look
it's
at
got a
them,
chat.
dude. Antifa all day. Matt, look at the guy wearing a painter mask. Why are you wearing a mask, bro? Are you afraid of COVID? This is getting ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous, man. Take the mask off. If you want to do it, take the mask off. This is a real insurrection here. You want to see what one looks like? There it is.
Oh.
Burning cop cars, hurting people, whipping rocks and bottles at people's head.
To be honest, though, I think they're wearing masks because with all the shit they're burning and everything in the air, they're probably trying not to breathe that shit in. Because these are all, like most of these right here are filming and like, you know, journalists.
I'm not against protesting. Like these people seem to be fine what they're doing, unless they're stopping traffic. I'm about to get crazy. Like if you're stopping traffic, you're stopping people from getting to work.
Dude, that's hilarious. His sign just said fight ignorance, not immigration, while they're not peacefully protesting while they're throwing Molotov cocktails.
With the pride
Fight
flag.
ignorance while he's doing shit like that. He has a sign that says fight ignorance.
I'm
That's
sure
funny.
a lot of these people are
What's up,
here
Brandon?
just to get videos, right?
Where the hell did Snooks go? I thought she would have came back by now.
Yeah, I mean, you got your different kinds of people. You got the people who are there to protest. You got your curious people, and then you're going to have provocateurs who are going to try to stir up the crowd and cause trouble. And then you got your local gangbangers who are just curious and want to find something to do. And then, and as the sun goes down, the liquor starts flowing and people get crazy, and then it turns into a riot. That's how it happens.
Yeah.
You got me somewhere hiding in the back trying to get content for my
Yeah, I mean,
YouTube.
all the peaceful people go home at night. They don't stay there all night.
Look at the
Mr. Danny
sign.
Cola, Mr. John Danny Cola.
Sign said not
Subscriber
walking.
of the month. What's
John?
that, brother?
Good to see you, John. Good to see you, JM. Yeah, we're looking at all the craziness. What does it say on the wall down there? I can't read it. It's a bunch of people's faces like spray painted on the wall down there. Look, one of them looks like you, Steve. The second one from the left. Look at that. That's Steve. Steve, are you in on this?
Yeah.
Look at that's your mustache.
I'm over 2,000 miles of ocean in between us.
Steve was there. So
What
all
does
these
that say?
people.
Does that say herd? Oh yeah, it says HERD. Herd.
I'm not getting. So what I'm watching, I'm not getting any message out of what I'm watching. I don't understand. What am I watching?
I don't know, but it's live.
I think after dark. But kind of in the daytime, hopefully you don't do it.
Whoa.
But shout out to SoCal Shorts. That's the channel's name that's showing us live right now.
What was that boom?
I think it was a firework or something. It was small.
Looks peaceful to me.
They got the prison bus down there.
All it's going to take is one brick on one of those cars going by for someone to be unalived.
Yep. That just reminded me of a story at Southfield Freeway back in the day. Some kids threw a bowling ball over the overpass.
Remember that?
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that
Dumb.
happens Actually, that happens once in a while. It wasn't that long ago. A few years ago, kids do a cinder block and kill the guy doing that.
Man, that's insane. What would possess anyone like
They were
do
just
they,
kids being
right? But
stupid.
like how do you not realize the outcome of something like that? That's crazy. Because if you notice the majority of Hispanic because ICE is going after Mexicans and not the illegal Koreans, Chinese, Egyptian, Arabs, Canadians, etc., etc., etc. ICE focus on Mexicans, so Mexicans protest ICE. Okay.
I'm not sure I buy that. I think in California the majority is Hispanic because most of the illegals are Hispanic there.
Well,
They're
the
deporting. They're
sanctuary.
deporting in Dearborn.
It's a sanctuary too.
I just saw
Yeah.
a thing about ICE was in Dearborn and they were
Yeah.
our Middle Eastern fellows were being deported.
I was gonna say there's not many Mexicans in Dearborn, that's for sure.
And they
No,
got Chinese this week. They got a Chinese lady from U of M whose boyfriend came over with a bioengineered some sort of thing that
well,
kills a bunch of agriculture,
she's a spy. That's different.
and he's a
But they are kicking Chinese nationals out too. They're deporting them too.
They've arrested 26 people in connection with that guy coming in with the sample. I don't know if you guys heard about it. I got a little video about it, but he brought in these samples of some kind of microorganism that kills agriculture, kills our food. And he brought it in to his Chinese girlfriend so they could disperse it in America and kill a bunch of our crops, like, starvation type stuff. And they were immediately arrested. And I think she had a doctorate at U of M.
I think she's a grad student at U of M.
Yeah.
So half the Chinese grad students in the United States are spies anyway. We know that.
And it's not anything to do with race or hate or ethnicity. It's people are doing crimes, man.
They're commies.
They hate us. They're here because they hate us. They didn't
They
come
want
in
to
here
steal the tech. They come here.
They
They
ain't us
steal the
because
tech.
they ain't us. Just remember that movie with James Franco. What was that movie? They
Was
hate
that?
us because they ain't us.
That sounds like it would have been like spring break or something.
It was that one where they went to Korea, North Korea.
Oh, okay.
The one that was like
Yeah.
was a big fuss because
Oh, they
The
made
interview.
Yeah.
I think it was the interview. James Franco.
yep, that was it. The interview.
Silly movie.
They're
All these
finding
people, at least traffic's moving, so whatever.
they're John Danicola says they're finding all kinds of fraud regarding federal money being used to pay for good for people who didn't come through the point of entry.
Exactly. Like they're getting them cars, they're giving them shelter, they're giving them food benefits.
$3,000 a month for food. Like what the who? What?
And so every single person who did that should be arrested, and authorized illegals to get that stuff should be arrested. Will it happen? We'll see. Probably not.
I saw a thing today with some young chick was in tears of happiness because they were returning that illegal guy from Honduras or whatever. She thought they were just bringing him home to be free, and she didn't realize they were charging him with human trafficking and everything.
Yeah, Abu Garcia, the guy they were whining about, bring him back. He didn't do anything wrong. He's got like 5 charges of human kidnapping or human trafficking.
He's smuggling women and kids into the country and stuff. But no, he's fine. He's just a family guy.
He's just a human trafficker. No big deal. Come on, he was not, because they showed one picture, and even one of the Democratic congressmen went to where he was and met and had lunch with the guy and everything. And it's like, okay, you can obviously see some evil going on that other end.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
okay, you can call it that, I guess, if you want it. I would just call it you're just trying to get some kind of political mileage out of a something that's not popular. People don't care, that this
well,
guy got deported for the most part.
I didn't care.
Well, it's 80% of the people don't care either. There's a reason that people are in favor of type of,
If you're
people know
illegal,
that, yeah, people are sick of it.
you take a risk when you do illegal things, and sometimes there's consequences for it, and you can be mad about it and riot all you want, but at the end of the day, you're not going to win, man. They'll find you because all your faces are on camera, so they'll just systematically get you. Go ahead, burn it all down.
Hey, what was that one a little while ago? Well, not too long ago, but a little while ago, where I forgot what it was, but they
Look at this
like
guy. I'll punch him.
started rioting, and it was a phone store or something, and like the chick was live streaming
Look at the
and
fire.
just like joined the mob mentality, and then stole some phones and shit, and then got busted like the next day, and was all sad about it. But it's like, what'd you think was gonna happen? You were live streaming your crimes.
Right.
Like,
There's like 4 bikes on fire. Are those motorcycles on fire?
no.
Hard to say.
That poor fireman's probably scared out of his mind, sitting there trying to put it out. He's on the right there, trying to get the fires out.
Oh, it's California. He probably just identifies as a fireman.
He's probably trying to find any water in the ground. It's probably all dried out. Well, that's what happened. Remember, they didn't fill the reservoirs up? 444. What's that mean, buddy? I'd love to know. Ice out of our communities.
Mm-hmm.
See, all these people just need to be loaded on buses, man.
Once again, though, shout out to SoCal Shorts. Go check them out and give them a like for letting us share their live stream.
Yep, exactly. That's a great point. Remember all the military age men illegally coming in? Yeah, remember that.
Aloha.
I was saying, where's the girls? Where's the young kids they were talking about?
Oh, they traffic those.
Still says device not connected.
God knows what they're all breathing. I mean, look at this. That was a motorcycle. Is that a motorcycle?
No, well,
might be a car. Might be a car.
Maybe a car and a motorcycle. I don't know, but it looks like.
Well, the thing is, it's like to me, if you're a military age, you're a young, healthy guy, 21 years old. You're trying to pretend that you're afraid, and that's why you walk thousands of miles to come here across multiple countries. I don't believe you. Women and children, maybe I might be more inclined to go, okay, cool, women and children, but not military age men.
So
if you're scared, if you're scared of your environment down there, then you're a military age guy. Do something about it.
These guys are all. There's a lot of paid actors sitting there. I mean,
Of
they're
course.
really. What are they even accomplishing? Nothing. Look at this big old dude walking down. Got a full ski mask on.
Full ski mask. You know how hot that's got to be?
I don't know, man. I don't feel sorry for any of them, man. Look at this guy. That's what I want in the country. I want a man in fatigues walking around with a ski mask on, and gasoline in my community. That's what I want around my kids.
Look, I can have empathy for the people, and I also recognize that you can't just come to someone else's country illegally and expect that it's all cool. I mean, when you break the law, no one gives me a break if I break the law. I get a ticket or I go to jail. I mean, why are they different?
If we tried to go to Mexico or China and do what they're doing, we would be getting our face kicked in. What just wouldn't happen.
Well, yeah, they just wouldn't let you do it. Period.
No,
You know,
you'd be stumped. I mean, immediately.
yes. Try to sneak into Canada and see what they say. They'll be like, no.
You're from Trump. You're from Trump. Yeah, so this kind of little action you're seeing here is happening all over the place.
And
So I mean, you gotta. At what point do you put a stop to it? Regular police can't handle that.
well, again, the people have a right to protest, but they don't have a right to do violent crap. And if that's the line, that's the line where you have to, you know, that's when you have to enforce the law to some extent. I mean, you want to use restraint, but you don't want to.
Did you see that guy's camera? It was like probably a $10,000 camera. They're all there. It's all staged, a lot of it, you know. Can't read the stops. I wanted to read what streets those were, but I couldn't see it. Look, there you go, throwing it. Ah, you're on camera. He's paid. Look, gonna stop some more traffic. Just hit. I would hit him.
Can't we put like a giant, like a what is that? Rubber bullet gun on like a gunship and just, you know, spray the guy. Hey, you. Tear gas him.
Is it really a shock that the criminals are gonna be mad when you start to remove them?
Again, I have empathy for a lot of the people. I mean, most of them just come here because they want a better life, but at the same time, you can't have uncontrolled immigration and expect to have a country.
Yeah, but when your better life includes free money and free health care at our expense while we work and pay taxes, then I draw the line there.
There is that. There is some of that as well, but
nobody should be paying taxes anyway.
I ain't paying
They're
for
illegal.
I pay for my kids.
Taxes are illegal. I don't care what you say.
Why would they want to come here from Mexico anyway? All of us want to go to Cancun. Why are they coming here for?
The founding fathers probably wouldn't agree with that. I mean, taxation without representation is tyranny, and I would argue that, yeah, we got all the taxes, but we don't have much representation. My congressperson's Rashida Tlaib. Do you think she freaking represents me?
Yeah. Well,
you don't care. I'm the wrong demographic.
I get a call every 2 weeks from her on my phone. This is your Senator Rashida Tlaib. I'm like, yeah, my senator. Of course,
I got all that shit blocked on my phone. Any politician or anyone from the government or any scam, blocked straight to voicemail.
Let me pull this other video up for a second and see if we get a different view, Steve.
Oh, yep. And shout out again to SoCal Shorts.
I mean,
I subscribe to them, so make sure to go over and support them.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, I get your point about taxes, Steve, but at the same time, people have had to pay taxes forever. I mean, even back into ancient history, you had to pay taxes. I mean,
but didn't we have a war over taxes to not pay taxes?
Boston Tea Party.
And then we won that war, right? The
Revolutionary War was not about taxes, buddy. Taxes was just a very small part of it.
If it were still how it was when they first, with those taxes, but then they kept adding, and then now we're getting taxed on everything. We're paying taxes,
right?
Like every transaction there is, you're paying. Even when you're dead, taxes are being taken out.
Yep,
I agree. So, we're overtaxed. The government is way too big. Yes,
exactly.
Too many layers, too many levels of government.
There's a different view. Different
less
view.
Government, more freedom.
California,
Always.
where
Left for
protesters
more.
have been clashing with police all day outside a Home Depot. It is still unconfirmed whether immigration officials were conducting an ICE raid, but several ICE vehicles have sustained damages, and multiple protesters have now been arrested for an assault on a federal agent. This incident follows a night of riots in Los Angeles following multiple ICE raids in the city. Hi, everyone. I'm Joe Concha, along with Lydia Hu, Alicia Acuna, and Guy Benson. The big story tonight. Tear gas has filled the air as protesters clashed with police last night in Los Angeles. At least 45 people were arrested last night, while DHS says that more than 118 illegals were apprehended this week. The protester tried to storm into an ICE facility last night after being fired upon by radical speakers at a rally. Listen.
Free them all! Free them all! Free them all! Because an attack on one of us is an attack on all of us! And Los Angeles does not back down for that kind of fight!
Continue fighting until we reconstruct every single institution from the ground up so that we can grant full amnesty for all immigrants. Demand full compensation for all of the victims of this criminal injustice system.
What's going to change this is organizing, and not just any type of organizing, militant organizing.
Ooh, militant
Incredibly,
organizing.
Mayor Karen Bass is still standing with the protesters, saying she's fighting.
Anybody hear what he said?
I'd be careful, buddy, about calling for militant organizing. You better be careful what you say.
Oh, he's going to be the first one on the plane tomorrow morning.
Talking some
my
shit he should have never said.
Dude, calling for like war and trying to force yourself into the ICE facility sounds like a bad idea.
Well, I would argue that borders on calling for violence, which ain't legal.
Yeah.
Fighting for all Angelenos, regardless, of immigration
We're going to
status,
fight for all
and doubling down that
Angelenos.
LA is a city of
That's a new
migrants
word.
living out the illegal part. But the people on the side, as Karen Bass, are threatening ICE agents,
Death?
spray painting "Death to ICE" on dumpsters. Gavin Newsom also weighing in on the riots and blamed them on, get this, President Trump.
Dude. All right, so where's the peaceful part, guys? They're only showing you what you want to see, but there's a lot of crap
Accusing
going on.
him of tearing families apart. And this chaos has
That
now
guy's a
spread to New
joke.
York City today alone as protesters organized in Lower Manhattan. Joining us to break down everything in terms of these protests is border czar Tom Homan. Tom, how is ICE responding to these protests? And thanks for joining us tonight.
Tom's got a goatee.
Look, we're going to continue doing our job. And yesterday we got 118 arrests. You know, I was out here yesterday to kick off this operation. And what people aren't talking about is ICE served, several warrants yesterday. These were criminal warrants. This is a criminal investigation. And today we're continuing operations. They're not going to shut us down. We're out there right now doing operations. We're going to keep doing operations. We brought in more resources to push back the protesters, but I'll say it again, a serious warning. You can protest all you want. You got your First Amendment rights. But if you cross that line of impediment, or you're putting hands on officers or destroy property, you will be prosecuted. There's zero tolerance on crossing that lines, and that's what we're standing by. We're bringing more resources as we speak. We have
Oh, what do you guys
Which
think
is
about
fair.
that?
Which is fair, like I said, peaceful protesters, you have your rights to do that. But once you create a victim and harm somebody or something that's not your property, then there's an issue.
No, I like that guy, but he does drive me crazy when he speaks because he just doesn't speak very clearly. But I think his heart's in the right place. But
This man, Tom, does not speak very clearly.
right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Let me keep going a little bit more and see what happens.
more resources tonight. We're going to continue doing the job that American people voted Donald Trump in office to do, and we're not going to apologize for doing it.
Tom, it's Alicia Acuna. Again, thank you so much for being here. During the protest yesterday, a Los Angeles City Council member called for mobilization against ICE. Listen.
They know how quickly we mobilize. That's why they're changing tactics. because community defense works and our resistance has slowed them down before. And if they're escalating their tactics, then so are we. When they show up, we gotta show up even stronger.
Go eat a sandwich.
Right, what's she gonna do? Eat the ICE agents? Shut up, lady.
I'm sorry, that's so bold, but come on,
She
lady.
does look hungry.
She's reading a speech. It's not even real. It's not even passionate.
Yeah, it's not even coming from her heart because she's reading it.
I get when you're impassioned, like say you're here legally and your brother's not, and he's a good guy and they're taking him out. I could see like anger over that or whatever emotion. But when you start saying, hey, let's mobilize. If they want to escalate, we're going to escalate. It's like you're going to face the military.
These people don't have any idea what it's like to be in the military or what the military is capable of. None of these people served.
And
Kidding me?
We're treating them with marshmallows right now. They have no idea of what we're capable of. We're shooting rubber bullets and tear gas. There is a place where that ends. Hopefully they don't.
Which
Well,
both
hopefully
of
not.
those hurt very bad. I know from experience. Rubber bullets and tear gas.
You
is
got
very
shot
painful.
with a rubber bullet?
Yeah, when I was like 13. You remember? You know who did it too? It was the neighbor's older. one of my neighbor's older brother, Chuck.
Oh,
shot me right in the ass, dude. I had no idea what happened. Him and his buddy were in the bushes and shot me in the ass when I was riding my bike. Oh my god, that hurt so bad.
Bobby Pole?
Yep.
Yeah, that dude got shot in the butt with a well, I shouldn't say that. Bird shot.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, when he was like 15 years old.
Yeah, that is funny.
He did something stupid and he got it back.
Well, Steve, remind me to tell you the story one day, when I was a very young child and my uncle chased my real dad out of the house with the 22 and shot him in the ass.
I shouldn't have been beating on our mom. Bad idea.
Yeah, that's a good story. I have to tell you at one time.
Yeah.
So, Tom, will the Trump administration take action against these public officials who are threatening ICE agents with resistance?
Absolutely. I think Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice is looking at that. And, like I said many times, these elected officials or these non-government organizations, they can't cross the line either. I mean, we got people like, Hakeem Jeffries saying he's going to dox ICE employees. ICE agents out there with masks on. They're wearing masks to protect themselves and their families because they've been doxxed, their families been doxxed, their life's been threatened, their families have been threatened.
People.
I know myself, I had over 1,000 protesters at my house. I expect that as the borders are, but these men and women are putting their lives online every day. They arrested a lot of bad people yesterday and today. They arrested child sex offenders. They arrested people convicted of robbery. They arrested public safety, not only significant public safety threats, but national security threats. They arrested gang members. We're making Los Angeles safer.
Did you hear him say he had 1,000 people at his house?
I heard him saying he had I didn't hear the number, but yeah, he had people at his house or something.
Wow. He said over 1,000 people at his house, and he said, I expect that as the borders are. I'm like, if that was me, I'm going to a gated community somewhere, man.
Oh, he's got security, buddy. Don't you worry about that.
I know, but 1,000? That's a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch right back. I just want to see something real quick.
Yep, go ahead.
Oop, let's see.
Update what's going on over there.
He walked away from where he was at. So all right, never mind.
There still could be more going on.
Yeah, I'm still watching down below. It's just real small, so it's hard to tell.
Well, see, we dropped to 23, so I'm gonna stop that video. And we can finish it later. But yeah, anyways, Democratic people calling for ICE to be resisted and calling them terrorists and pigs and doxing them. Yeah, it's time for people to get kicked out of the Congress or something. Something's got to happen. What can you do to Congress though? I don't know the laws. I don't even know. We may be in uncharted territory.
No, I mean, you can break laws and not get kicked out of Congress, but
You get censured, I imagine.
if Congress takes action against you because of your behavior, that's different. But they're not going to do that.
I'm pretty sure you can be removed from Congress.
But you can still be prosecuted. You might still have the seat in Congress, but if you commit a crime, you could still go to prison. You're not immune. These people think they're immune from like prosecution and stuff because they're congressmen. And that's not the way it works.
Well, depending on what they're
I
getting
agree,
prosecuted for, most of the time they end up getting away with it anyway. But
I mean, John, I agree with you as much as I don't like it. I think there's just too many in the country already. But
I agree with them too. And by the way, John, it's good to see you, man.
Yeah, good to see you, John. Well, I missed so many comments. Do we have any really good comments?
Well, I've been trying to keep up. I've been highlighting a few, but
what's this guy? What's this one here? Satan offered the government of the worlds to Jesus, which would mean that Satan owns all of the governments of this world, in which the devil's world that we are currently living in. Dig?
Well, we know it's not. We know that. I mean, we know it's his world, so it's not. We just have to get along and live in it.
I mean, in a perfect world, we could meet people at the border and let them in and give them food when they needed to and help them. And I want to do that, but not when you're sending in people to bring in fentanyl and steal people and traffic people. I mean, if that's what it was, and it was actually people running from a war or something, that's not what we're talking about here. These people are starting a war in our country.
There has never in the history of mankind that I'm aware of been a mass migration movement that was peaceful. The Mongols didn't peacefully come into your country and take it over. The Huns didn't peacefully show up on your border and just move in. They just took it over. So we're, at some point it's not peaceful anymore, is it? It's force. Just because you're not using violence, directly doesn't mean it's not force.
And where do you draw the line? I mean, do you have to make a hard line in the sand and fire shots, not hit people, but fire actual shots?
Well, I mean, just like the police, right? What are they called? Law enforcement.
Yeah. I mean, what do you got to do to stop this is what I'm saying before it grows to every city across the U.S. Because if you don't nail this down right away, what's happening next? We're going to have another BLM thing?
Have to yet. So the jumper guy
still
said
SoCal.
I needed a car battery, but bless myself, thank goodness. It seems like maybe I don't need one. So Tina, called for AAA, so bless her for having AAA, for being able to do that while I was at the hospital.
Oh, I thought he was saying that they called AAA for this car burning down. I was like, that ain't gonna do nothing. So he's still in the same area. He just walked down like a block away.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it's dispersing somewhat down here anyway. Look at this guy. No, police.
No.
This is Guatemala. No, it's not. Imagine them doing that in their own country. They must think that we're just a bunch of wusses. We're just going to stand there and watch them burn stuff all day. I just really think that they need to show them they're not effing around.
I want to see the dude getting arrested again, getting put in the cop car going, Joe Biden. That was so fake. So fake.
Help me, Joe. Help me.
Wait, is there still one up there? Just
Well, I hope that they don't really. I hope that the left side, the radical left, doesn't push it too far, because they'll end up getting what they are complaining about, which is wild right-wing reaction. You know,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you really want things to get ugly, keep pushing it. Keep pushing it, because eventually the majority of society is gonna snap back.
Well, they want to go to work. They need to be able to drive the roads and stuff, you know.
Yeah, people only have so much tolerance for this nonsense, and at some point they go, enough is enough.
Even if they agree with you, they still have to make a living and pay for their bills and stuff. Here's another one. This one will be quicker than the other one.
And the National Guard for a third straight night in Los Angeles. Protesters attacked law enforcement with bottles, while police have responded with tear gas and pepper spray. President Trump has vowed to maintain law and order. Joining us now for our big close-up tonight is Michael Whatley, chairman of the Republican National
Say
Committee.
homophobia.
Chairman Whatley, what is your reaction to what you're seeing here in Los Angeles?
You know, this is the culmination of Democratic leadership on illegal immigration. You know, this is a group of people that are in California right now because Joe Biden brought them into California. And we're seeing right now Democratic leadership from Governor Newsom and Karen Bass, who's doing everything that they can to try and defend the illegal immigrants that are in that state instead of getting them out there. The fact that they are pushing people to attack ICE, they are pushing people to push back on ICE, as we've heard already tonight. It's an absolute disgrace. But this is what happens when we see the Democratic illegal immigration policy fulfilled.
So what happens when it does escalate and people start getting hurt? Are we going to call out the Democratic people that push these people to the limit?
Yes.
I mean, we
you know, I mean, it depends on what you say, man. You can't just, there is such a thing as conspiracy and all kinds of other things. You can't just encourage people to do whatever without consequence. You know, Nancy, with that Waters out there calling for people to, stand up to ICE and get it out there and get in their face and stuff like that. I mean, that is not technically legal to do. But she'll get away with it because she's in California, and but the rest of the country sees what it is. You're using this as an excuse to try to get your way.
And Chairman Whatley, it's so good to have you here. I would say that it's not even just the product of the border issue, but I think you could connect this all the way back to what we're also seeing on college campuses. I was really interested when I saw a statement from a group called Students for Justice in Palestine posting on their social media today, showing support for the rioters that are attacking ICE agents. Do you think that there's going to be a tolerance for all of this? I mean, could we actually see this helping Republicans in the midterms?
Well, look, President Trump made it very clear.
Do we care about the freaking midterms, dude? You got to squash this now, man. I mean, who gives a crap about the midterms? I mean, dude, this is already going to hurt Republicans in the midterms.
Why?
Because if all these people are voting Democratic, it is going to hurt Trump.
Well, these are the people who are never going to vote for Trump anyway. I think the rest of the country sees what's going on here and they go, this is ridiculous. So it just makes Trump stronger for the most part. This is the minority you're looking at. This is not
saying if the Dems stand up and say, hey, we're for you rioters, then they're all going to vote for the Dems, right?
No.
And these people will that are out here in the street, or they won't vote at all.
Yeah, but these people are the 20%. They're not the 80%. That's why Trump is winning. That's why the Republican polls are so good and the Democrat polls are so bad, is because they want to support the minority.
Bro, we should invest some stock in Mexican flags right now.
I still think that the frogs will turn you gay.
It's possible.
The reason that he is sending in the National Guard is because the Democratic leadership of California and Los Angeles is not going to take steps, and he's not going to allow what happened in Minneapolis and other cities back in 2020 happen again.
Chairman, thank you so much again. I know we all keep thanking you, but we really appreciate this conversation. Can we talk about Gavin Newsom here for a second? Because there are very few people who believe that he's not running for president for 2028. So right now, he's the governor of California, and so he's very aware of the audience of California, but Americans across the country are also watching this future presidential hopeful.
Yeah, look, 2024 was a referendum on a couple different issues. Obviously, the economy was very big.
Whatever.
You think Gavin win?
I still think it's funny how everyone's still like, oh, the left, the right, the Democrats, the Republicans, because they're all politicians. They're all on the same team behind closed curtains. So they're all playing us. Doesn't matter when you pick a side. They want you to pick a side.
See, I don't believe that 100% that all of them are like that, but I believe a portion of them are. As long as it's in their interest.
I believe a lot of them, when they first get into politics, they have good intentions and want to do good things. And then once they're in, they're like, oh, and then they become corrupt.
Well, that's what, you see how you guys are saying that? Well, guess what Elon's pushing now is a middle party. So is the middle party that he's pushing, is that going to be the Antichrist party?
I think it's probably just going to be the whatever is good for Elon's bottom line party.
Right. I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but the other day he lost 14% in the stock market, which was like $36 billion in 2 days. And
which is like $3,600 to him.
Well, I think that had something to do with him yelling at Trump. I think he got PO'd and let him have it.
He's going to have a lot of problems with, all of the Tesla operations in China. China's really iffy right now, so he's going to lose on that. He's going to have a lot of financial issues, but the bottom line, he's still super rich. He's an egomaniac. And
they all are.
Voted for him.
I know one of his girlfriends gave Trump, I don't remember what she said, but she gave Trump like some advice. She goes, "This is what you do after a breakup with Elon," and sent Trump a letter on how to handle it, because like I don't think he's a narcissist or whatever, but you got to treat him with kid gloves.
Well, he's autistic. He's what they do is what she's probably saying is have you ever broke up? And then she probably just because that's what happens.
He made a huge mistake. Elon made a huge mistake when he said that Trump was on that Epstein list, because even Epstein's own attorney said that wasn't true, and that's old news from years ago, and that Trump cut ties completely with him years and years ago.
Why is half the list redacted though?
Well, that's a good question, isn't it? Probably because we'd have to close down our entire government.
Yes, because half the government is on the list, and we'd have to get rid of all of them.
Yeah, and we wouldn't be able to run our country.
All the rich and powerful people are on the list, and we'd be screwed.
Yeah, I mean, I know Elon he did take that down, and he probably does regret it, but damage done. I don't see Trump talking to Elon again. I don't see it happening.
I want to know what that letter said.
Again, it doesn't matter what it says to me, and it doesn't matter the relationship. I didn't vote for Elon, so if Trump's says he's got to go, then Trump's the guy. Whatever.
Well, and at the end of the day, Elon's got like 8 or 9 baby mamas, so do I really put much stock in what he's saying? No.
Whoa! Are you saying that because I have multiple baby mamas that I'm a bad person?
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
Shit. Then we won't even talk about me.
Well, you better. Okay. Well, he's got like 12 kids. All right.
At least he knows how many he has.
But he only likes one of them. He only brought one of them to the White House.
But
one
no,
that
but
sticks his
I want to
nose
read
in
it just for the entertainment purpose, because whatever that says on how to deal with a breakup from Elon will say a lot about how cuckoo Elon is, you know.
I wish
Like,
I could find it. I can't find it. I wish I could find it.
you know he's crazy.
oh yeah, from day one. That's why I was shocked when he's even like started going in the White House. I'm like, wait, why is he like a politician all of a sudden? What?
As soon as he walked in with his kid, I'm like, this is such a bizarre pic. This is the Oval Office. This is so weird. It's not like bring your kid to work day.
Right.
Oh,
It was
I
just
was all
weird.
cool. Listen, man, I was cool with it until the kid started freaking burying his
Kicking his
finger up in his nose. They're like, oh, for crying.
Exactly. It's like irritating. It's like, dude, why is that kid there? Like,
And the handlers never even said, hey, get swing out of your nose.
I know,
hate
snap
that
that kid's hand or something. Jeez.
It's like when you're trying to have a conversation with someone and they got their little kid next to them and the kid's just screaming and the parents just like talking to you like it's not happening. It's like, you want to do something about that? I can't even hear myself think, bro. And they're just like, oh, don't mind him. It's like, why is your kid even here?
Trump and Elon are just both egomaniacs, and having them in the same room, I just knew it wouldn't last. It just couldn't last.
Everybody knows I'm the greatest. I'm amazing, phenomenal. Everybody knows.
It just couldn't last. There's no way.
Well, that's why you don't try to fall into the cult of personality thing, dude. He's at the end of the day, he's gonna do what he thinks is right for the majority of people and himself and his friends. That's the way.
Joe Rogan said in his podcast, he was talking to Patel, the new FBI guy. He's like, somebody take Elon's phone away from him, dude. After like the 10th X post in one day, he's like, someone take his phone away, dude.
He's crashing out.
And Patel was like, I'm not getting involved in between them two, believe me.
Although, yeah, listen, I can tell. Look, if I lost $36 billion in a day, I would be upset too. I might be out, So I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, if I had 36 billion and then lost 36 billion, yeah. But if I had 200 billion and lost 36 billion, I'd be like, damn, that sucks.
Do you know? I think he was one of the original. Elon Musk was one of the original PayPal inventors or startups. That was his startup, PayPal.
Yeah, I think that's the original like chunk of money that was from PayPal. Yeah, exactly.
And I never knew that till I was researching yesterday, and I saw like a very old picture of him where he was so young
and even nerdier looking.
Yeah, and they had these PayPal cards, and I'm like, wait, what? Remember the Cash App guy who invented the Cash App? They knifed him in the street outside in front of his house right before the government was talking about the digital currency maybe coming through. That dude got knifed out in front of his house.
Damn,
if you heard about that.
No,
yeah.
I didn't.
Gangster
I didn't know
style, dude. He's just like, man.
Dude, that reminds me of that the one short I made with what the hell is his name? Zoltan Kazaz. Talking about how I'll just share the video, but I'll put it in the chat. It's funny as hell. It's like when like nerds and then sports dudes, and then all of a sudden nerds think that they're cool, and sports dudes think that they're smart or something like that. I want to share it right now, but I'll get a freaking copyright if I share my own damn freaking short, which is ridiculous because it's a live stream.
I still think that's stupid. There should be some sort of
I don't get it. I don't understand how it.
Oh.
But the reason is because it's a live stream. I'm like, okay, can you like explain that more into detail? But because it's a live stream. All right, whatever. It's still just a short.
Wow.
I'm actually tempted to do it anyway, just to see if it
If
happens
you're not
again.
gonna lose money, don't do it. Scumbags. They love taking money.
I finally do have a long form video with comedy coming out probably this week. But it took me forever because it was originally like almost 25 minutes, but then copyright, I had to take stuff out. Oh, dude, I had to put so much work, and now it's at like 11 minutes. Still a good video, but I had to do so much work just to not to have copyright.
My last short's got like no views.
Which one was your last one?
885 and 335, and I was just like, whatever, YouTube.
885 still good.
Yeah, I guess.
Because mine are literally my last one like 283, and then 1700, and then a couple over 1,000, then 800.
Oh,
and
okay.
Then some good ones, and then 472, and then some good ones. But yeah, it's up and down.
So I'm switching subjects real quick, switching gears. All right, off this, been stuck in this rioting thing. I was reading something about. What do you feel about? Do you think that Noah's Ark really happened? Do you think there was really a ship where all the animals were put in? I mean, it's a Bible story, right? You think there was really an ark? Because I was reading a story about where they think that they found it yesterday. How do you feel about it?
Where they found Noah's Ark?
Yeah.
I've heard that story like decades ago too. Haven't they said that before?
Yeah, but they're actually like owning it now. They're calling it compelling evidence, and the government's actually going along with it.
Nuthouse says yes. There was really an ark. It had to do with DNZ.
Well, this is a 2-minute
DNA. Had to do with
2-minute
DNA.
real quick video.
Yeah, this is kind of like the same one.
Talking. Okay. Anyway, it's on top of Mount Ararat, Turkey, and which they're saying with that petrified wood around the edges. Not the video I thought it was. So.
That's funny because when that's playing and you guys are talking, I can't hear what you're saying.
I'm sorry.
No, I know you're talking, but I'm like, I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah, that video sucked. My bad. The other one I watched was talking and actually explaining it. I'm not sure what was up with the music.
But that video was very similar to the same one I seen like 10 years ago or however long. It seems like 10 years ago. It might not have been that long, but same like when they were uncovering it and saying this might be blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it's a cool find. I mean, it's definitely a ship of some sort, and it's definitely petrified wood at the top of a mountain. So it is at least very interesting that there's a ginormous ship at the top of a mountain.
I got one quick question though.
Yeah.
There's 30 people watching and there's only 28 likes.
What happened?
Who didn't hit the like button?
What had happened was people got lazy.
What had happened? Oh, there we go. Who got gifted? The Shit Show received a membership. The Falcro, hey, Ken. Oh, no, he left a comment. I thought he received. Damn it, I thought he. Shimmer Soul got one. Be Salt and Light got one. Awesome. And the Redneck Prepper got a gifted membership.
Oh, I can't play this one. Ukraine, I know my brother knows this. The Ukraine says that they hit 11 of Russia's bombers thousands of miles into Russia with drones and like massively damaged them. Like, and then what did Russia do, James? I think they sent in like 80 missiles or some crap into Kiev. Oh no, is my brother still there?
Yeah.
I can't hear him.
Well, he's there, but I don't know if he's not muted.
Are you rambling? I noticed you changed his name to Ramblin' Jim.
Ramble on. Van Life. What's up, Van Life? Good
What
to
up,
see you, brother.
Van Life?
Van
Anyway,
the man with the beautiful beard.
There's a cool video of these drones coming in and just hitting all these big old nuclear bombers in Russia and blowing them up, basically. What was I thinking? I can't play that.
That's what we're missing. We just needed a pick me up. But you got a video on it, or you just? I was waiting for a video.
Can't play it.
Man.
Here's the craziest story of the week that I read. Man is stopped at customs with 100 live snakes down his pants. Now,
How many?
100 live snakes down his pants. This was Wednesday, July 10th, 2024. Hong Kong, a man was caught trying to smuggle more than 100 live snakes into mainland China by stuffing them in his pants, according to the country's custom authority. Custom officers in the South Chinese city of Shenzhen intercepted the man traveling through a Fujian port. Who came in?
That's me.
No, I was just laughing at Jim changed his name to Rambling.
A checkpoint between Hong Kong and mainland China, the agency said in a statement on Tuesday. During an inspection, officers found 6 canvas drawstring bags sealed with tape in the pockets of his pants. Officers opened the bags and found in each bag contained a number of live snakes in various shapes and colors. After counting, a total of 104 snakes were found in the man's pants.
Jesus.
That is awesome.
I do not know what they'll do to this guy in China for that. I don't know. It's kind of a gray area. I guess it depends.
Butterfly.
I guess it depends if they're poisonous, right?
Well, yeah, then it just makes him crazy for having them in his pants. But
I mean, they were live snakes. Wait. Here we go. None of the species was venomous. Okay. So they're probably for sale or whatever. Or breeding.
There ain't no snakes in Hawaii.
So that was the craziest story of the week for me. You know, just carrying 100 snakes in my pants.
No, so I was heard what you said about the Ukrainian thing, and I was trying to get through, but I was offline. So, yeah, the Ukrainians did a really clever operation using semi trucks. They put drones in the back of semi trucks and drove them into parts of Russia, and then launched the drones from the back of the semis, and that's how they were able to get to that air base, which basically just did nothing but piss the Russians off to the point where they're launching, all their missiles and stuff deep into Ukrainian. And so they just ramped up the level of intensity, way up.
2 hours for the show, I read that we just shipped Ukraine 20,000 more missiles are on the way.
Well, that would be a ton of missiles, but the Russians they're hitting depots and stuff that are in the western part of Ukraine. You don't want to just keep escalating the level of violence, because the Russians at some point are going to get tired, and they're just going to start using their full force. And That's not a
I
good
shipped,
thing.
I shipped my pants last week.
It's not good for anybody. If
I
that escalates.
shipped my pants to Michigan.
The thing is, the Russians are using the new missiles, the Iskanders. Look, it looks like the Patriot systems can't even shoot them down. It looks like there's no defense.
Ooh.
So when a hypersonic missile comes roaring at you, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. So I don't think ramping up the violence is the right answer. But it seems like I'm in the minority because we keep doing it.
Well,
We're always going to be involved with any war because money, 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 money.
Eventually we'll get too far.
Normally, I wouldn't be so upset about it, but I don't like starting wars right next to Russia with 6,000 nuclear weapons. It sounds like a bad idea.
Yep, you're not going to win that battle.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not like Putin's going to go, oh, I'm sorry.
Garrett, aloha, brother.
Emotional damage.
I read this report this morning. It says the recent Special International Atomic Energy Agency report on Iran reported that there was nuclear violations, added many points, including Iran this week carrying out multiple implosion tests, a key military skill necessary for developing the atomic bomb.
Yep.
Implosion tests
That's
do
how
not
you
have any civilian nuclear uses.
No, implosion is how you trigger the freaking chain reaction in a nuclear device.
Yeah.
There's no civilian application for that.
I mean, and just a reminder, Trump said that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. It will not happen. That is a red line.
Because I ran so far away.
Steve, you'll be safe. Safe in Hawaii. Man, that volcano of yours sure has been going off a lot, hasn't it?
That's not, that's a different island.
Well, I know, but that one's been spouting off a lot, like 1,000 feet.
Yeah, it was supposed to do that when we were there, and then it waited till we left, and then it was like, okay, they're gone.
It's so funny that
you're supposed to get that on video.
I wanted that 1,000-foot eruption to happen when we were down the street.
I did because I wanted to get it on video.
I know.
I had a 360. I had a 360 camera and everything.
Did it twice more this week.
The liquid hot magma.
You live on
Don't
top
get
of
burned by the burning. I forgot what he says now.
The magma.
The molten lava.
So it's official that the U.S. will stop making pennies at the beginning of 2026.
Really? I heard about that like a year ago about pennies and shit. Because it costs more to make pennies than what they're actually worth.
So the people are asking, there's 114 billion pennies in the U.S. supposedly.
I think I got like 100 million of them.
And they're wondering
they're all on my couch.
They're wondering what's going to happen to them like after we stop using them.
You take them to the scrapyard.
I guess.
Still copper. Well, the older ones are copper. The new ones, they're only like what, I was actually started making a video on this and I forgot about it.
Oh,
but they're only like 2% or 5% actual copper. It's just copper coated.
Back in the day, they were all copper.
Yeah, back in the day, it was real money.
Well, yeah, but back in the day, they used to make pipes out of lead too. So you know.
And they used to make paint out of lead too, and that's when I used to lick the walls.
Oh, that's when it was good.
Yeah, right out of
raspberries taste like raspberries.
Right out of a warm
gasoline. Gasoline was better with lead in it.
Right on, Peanut. We might still be here when you get back.
Is you going to work?
Shout out, Nut House. You got to hit a store run, beer run.
You're supposed to
But
get that before the show, dude.
you got to do what I do, Peanut. I just buy like 5 cases at once, and then when I get down to 1 case, then I know I got to restock.
Wow, you
Right
inspired
on,
me.
Thank you, brother. I inspired you. Oh, to buy 5 cases at once.
No, I went to the store the other day. I bought a whole 6-pack, and I drank a whole one of them so far. So now I got more. I haven't been drinking very much lately.
That's good though. I'm the opposite.
Well, I'm trying to
I got to give a quick shout out for Peanuts super chat. And he says, "Whoop." Now I can't find it. I haven't played one in a while. Here we go. It's for Nut House.
Super chat, super chat.
Word.
I'm over here reading the
Oh
article.
yeah, here I'm all saying that, and Peanut doesn't even drink. That's funny. I'm all giving him advice on alcohol and shit. So I don't even drink, dude.
I was reading a story about this Kenyan guy, and he died in police custody. He's like a YouTuber type deal. He put an online post, and I think it had something to do with something derogatory toward the government. While he was in police custody, it said that he had a massive contusions to his head, and he ended up dying. It said, while in custody, suspect sustained head injuries after hitting his head against a cell wall. Then he was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The director of the Kenyan branch of rights group says it's very suspicious. The police officer, Stephen O'Kale, said that he attempted suicide, and that's how it happened. So this guy, they're saying this guy was smashing his head on the wall repeatedly to try to unalive himself.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time that does happen.
I'm kind of not buying that one.
You can give yourself. It happened before, dude. It doesn't take that much. You give yourself a bleed internal, a subdural hematoma or something like that. It doesn't necessarily take as much force as you think it does. You just have to do the wrong thing, and
or hit it just in the right spot. Yep.
You smash your head against a concrete wall, probably ain't a good idea in general.
Yeah, but it's hard for me to buy the attempted suicide.
Well, if he was in a holding cell, he'll be on video.
Well,
Unless
right.
he's a video.
He's a blogger, so it's like, why would he do that?
Well, people get arrested. They do all kinds of weird things, man.
Oh, he's back over at his original spot now.
Who?
SoCal Shorts.
Oh, okay. Anything change, or they're just still the same?
Oh, no, you know what? He's on the other side now, because before the other side was moving and the cops were on that side, closed down now. So he's on the other side of Grand Ave, second right. No, nothing happening though.
Yeah, man.
That car driving by waving. That's funny.
Hello, you illegals.
And shout out to Port Air Farmer for sharing that, because I didn't know who SoCal Shorts was, so I subbed to him.
Oh, Steve, remember I was telling you a while back about the Chinese buying that piece of land up north for the EV plant, and that Gretchen Whitmore was giving them like $2 million grant to get it started and whatnot, and everyone was against it. And City Hall voted it down, but she overrode them. that's being connected to what I was telling you about earlier, the agriculture bioweapon or whatever that this dude brought in.
I'm pretty sure.
No, I remember, yeah.
Yeah, I was mad about it, remember? It's like, what's up, dog? Anyway, I got a really quick thing.
What's up, Full Monty? Good to see you, brother. He says it only takes 25 pounds of pressure to break a neck.
Dang, bro.
So you could break your neck smashing your head off the wall like that and not even know it.
They probably didn't like what he had to say, but it could be. It could be.
Well, unless I have more information, I can't say. I mean, it's hard to say.
All right, this is real quick. This is just a little bit about the Chinese guy bringing in this weapon to kill our food.
FBI is sounding the alarm that our food supply is being targeted by the Chinese Communist Party, as 2 Chinese nationals have been charged with smuggling a potential agro-terrorism weapon into the U.S.
This is really insane. Lucas Thomason joins us live in Washington with the details. Good morning, Lucas.
Good morning, guys. A Chinese researcher at the University of Michigan and her boyfriend have been accused of smuggling a biological pathogen into the United States that can cause devastating diseases in crops. FBI Director Kash Patel says, quote, "This case is a sobering reminder that the Chinese Communist Party continues to deploy operatives and researchers to infiltrate our institutions and target our food supply, an act that could cripple our economy and endanger American lives. I commend the FBI Detroit Division and our partners at CBP for stopping this biological threat before it could do real damage." Here's a photo of that fungus that was discovered at the Detroit airport in July. The small clumps of red plant material were discovered in these 4 plastic baggies tucked into a wad of tissues.
And won't the United States say?
I heard about that the other day. That's funny because it was a different clip or whatever, but I heard something about that the other day, and I thought of you because I remember you telling me that story a while ago. That's weird.
Yeah, and I don't know how they would disperse it. I don't know if it'd have to be an aerosol or just something they replicated or grew and then spread somehow at a source point, like a seed, maybe seed farm, or I have no idea how they would get it out. But definitely a terrible weapon. 26 other people were arrested so far. Like they're trying to get them all, because that's a serious weapon, man. And at first I heard it was livestock as well. I haven't heard it today, but when I first heard the story break out, I heard it could also unalive livestock.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I need a little bit of it then for this stupid rooster that's terrorizing my neighborhood.
Just give him some antifreeze.
Well, the thing that bothers me is that it wouldn't even necessarily have to be introduced or spread into the food supply. Just the panic of people knowing about it would cause massive disruption.
Yeah, that's true. Shit.
Fear.
People would freak out. And rightfully so.
Buy the stores clean, man.
Yeah, well, I keep telling people, the Chinese communists are not our friends, but everybody wants to make $1.
Make $1 out of 15 cents.
A dime and a nickel.
Well, I mean, China went from dirt poor to freaking the second largest economy in the world in less than 25 years. They didn't do that on their own. They did it because we gave them a ton of money. And now we got to deal with the military and everything else. So
we made all them little kids do all that work in the sweatshops.
Yeah, well, every time you buy an iPhone, people knew that's where they were being built by 10-year-olds, but they still buy them.
Yeah, don't we suck as Americans for doing that? I mean, really?
Right.
If we know that a little kid's in a sweatshop making that, should we be buying it? And,
God.
and be honest, are you going to stop now that you know? Probably not.
Right, because
Well,
it
the
doesn't
thing is,
affect your life. It's like, yeah, well, I mean, I don't see it.
And
I
some
don't
people are
know.
like, well, they're starving, so those kids are just helping them, to get some rice for their mom and dad, and it's a
well,
different culture. So
yes, but now that in the last 10 years, the foreign investment is almost completely dried up in China. Their manufacturing base is going out of business left and right.
put your phone by your
Depression.
face.
And they could bring us, they could take us down with them. But, thank God Trump's been trying to decouple.
Is that right, Snooks? I got something for your mom.
Hey, speaking of Snooks, how come you're not back up here yet?
Yeah, right.
You had problems with the computer? Or?
No, I got something for your mouth, Snooks. Come on back up here so we can talk about it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna play.
I know I was gonna do.
I thought you were gonna do.
Yeah, I was. Where's Creek riding his 4-wheeler again?
No, he's working, but I told him we were starting later than normal, and if he got home from work, he was gonna jump up. But we're already going on 2 hours, so I don't know how
I
much
wanted
fun.
to give him one of these. So I know he loves
Sure,
it.
he's listening. Sure, he's listening.
He can't help but every time he hears it, he shows up in the chat. How hard? That's the question. And are you a legal immigrant? That's what I want to know. Snooks, are you legal?
I only got one question. How did we have 37 likes and then it dropped to 36? Who unliked? What the hell?
I must have said something about Chinese people. We're not hating on all Chinese people, guys. We're just saying.
Unless you're a member of the Communist Party of China, and then I have nothing good to say to you.
Right.
I mean, if you're here to kill my food, I don't like you.
Yeah, come on, man. Don't be killing my
it's only
food,
like
man.
It's only like 10% of the people in China are members of the party. They get all the stuff. Everyone else is broke.
So are we going on 2 hours?
I'm broke, cracker broke.
Well, they steal all the money. Duh. If you were in China, what are you going to do? Complain? If you can disappear.
It's just
Right.
Creek not feeling well. He's going to bed. What's up, Ken? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing all right.
You're not feeling well. Shoot.
I feel your pain, Ken, bro. I've been sick for like 2-3 weeks now, and I got no health insurance until I get a redetermination in the mail from whoever screwed it up.
Creek must still be hungover from Friday night then, because me and him were hanging out Friday night backstage till like 4:30 in the morning his time. And he was a little fucked up. Just a little. So was I, but
I hate getting like that, man. I did it so many times that I can't stand it anymore. I can't. It's like I give up 2 days of my life for 1 day of drinking.
See, I haven't had that. See, I don't get that fucked up either, but I haven't had that kind of hangover in a while. But yeah, those kind, that's when I'm like, I swear to you, I'm never drinking again. But even though I drink a lot, I don't get drunk. I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Does it make sense? Like, I'm not like trying to get fucked up. I'm just sipping on beer and
You're
enjoying it
comfortably numb.
and not
Well, I
trying
used
to
to drink 20
comfortably
a
numb.
day, man. Like I told you, I used to drink 20 a day until my kidneys hurt for like 5 months straight. My kidneys would hurt back. And I
That's
was
about what I drink now, about 15 to 20. But throughout the day,
that's a lot.
Not within a 3-hour sitting.
20-ounce bottles?
Oh, 12. 20 ounce. 20 ounce bottles. Shit.
So you're drinking about 180 ounces a day.
Actually, technically, it's not even 12 ounces because I think Heineken is 11.5.
Right, yeah. So it depends on the amount of alcohol, right? It's not all alcohol if you're drinking beer.
7, isn't it 7 in Heineken? Or is it 4.5? I can't remember.
I try to limit myself to 3-4 bottles of champagne a day, no more.
A day.
I got a bottle of, some Chardonnay or some crap from my mom's house, and I'm scared to drink it. I'm not gonna lie. I almost started to get a glass of it a couple times. I'm like, nah.
Oh, I guess it is 12 full ounces. It used to
Yeah.
be 11.5.
So 12 times 12 is 144 ounces, and you said you're at 15 to 18.
15 to 20, depending on.
So you're about 200 ounces a day.
Yeah, but it's only 10% of that is alcohol. The rest is just water and hops and stuff.
You should be fat, dude.
You should be huge.
I really should be, but dude, it's I sweat in my sleep. I sweat when I'm awake. It's high metabolism, man. It's just
drinking 2,000 calories a day and not gaining a pound.
Not even close. Not even.
Wow. Well, that's not even counting what you eat.
Yeah, and I don't always eat healthy either. It's always jamming junk food and shit. When
I think you're hiding some. I think there's some meth going on or some coke.
No.
Be something going on.
No, man. There's nothing, man.
Because if I did that, I'd be 500 pounds in like less than 2 years.
Say hello to my little friend.
Nothing, man.
Damn,
I'm not doing anything else, dude. If I was doing anything else, man, I would have told you. I would have told you. I'm not doing.
Hey, why don't you slow down? I can't even hear what you're saying, man. And pass that pipe back, Bogart. Jam
Come
says
on,
I
man.
usually
Just
drink.
one more. Just a bump. Just a bump.
Jam drinks 5 cups of coffee and 3 beers a day.
There you go. That's probably pretty healthy.
Butterfly can't walk sober.
Well, see, me too, Jam.
How you doing, Blue? Good to see you.
I drink about 4 or 5 cups of coffee a day too, and I am right along Blue Butterfly, yeah. Because when I'm sober, then I look like I'm drunk.
See, once I quit everything, I became like a wuss in wuss mode. Like I used to smoke, pack and a half a day, drink 20 beers a day, pills, drinking on top of pills. Now, man,
you're
I
like,
can't
don't
even,
drink, don't smoke.
I can't smoke half a cigarette, or I can't breathe. Like, if I drink 1 beer, I get a headache. Like I just can't even stand the smell of cigarettes anymore.
Lightweight.
It's like I've turned into like this old lady
Dude.
hater of all of that stuff.
He is. He's the freaking behavior police, man.
Anybody
I
who's
what?
ever quit smoking, and I'm talking people that used to smoke like 2 packs a day too. Anyone that's ever quit smoking, they're the most annoying because they're like, "Oh, it smells this. I can't stand." And it's like,
I
dude,
choke
you used
on
to
it.
smoke 10 times as much as I do.
I know. It's like now I choke on it because my lungs are clean again or something. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I still like the way cocaine smells.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. No, Dave.
I remember the way it tastes, but not
I was
smell.
outside smoking a cigarette, and he came out of my house and said, "Man, I could smell that smoke. You're trying to kill me."
That's true. That is true.
So Dave's being a backseat driver when
No, Jimmy's the backseat driver.
No, that's
but that's what I was gonna say.
I'm the
Dave's being a
backseat
backseat
nagger.
driver when it comes to smoking. By you're trying to kill me,
Yeah,
and then
I'm
he
like-
calls James the backseat driver. That's funny.
I'm like, listen, man, I don't smoke. Don't smoke in the car. And then next thing you know, I look over and he's got the window cracked with a little cigarette. It ain't going on
shit.
you.
That is not true.
Every time I get anywhere, I'm like stoned on the cigarette. Can't breathe.
Oh,
I'm dying. Hey, when you first start smoking and you hit that first cigarette, you get that head rush. You remember that, don't you? When you first started smoking?
No,
Oh, yeah.
because it's so long ago that I don't remember.
Right. Well, I'm back to the head rush. Okay, few hits and I'm like, whoa. Yeah, I don't have a tolerance anymore.
No, it is good that you quit though, but don't be the old grumpy man about it.
I hate both of you.
I had to tell him, Steve. We're literally half a mile downwind from the Ford Rouge plant, and you're complaining about a cigarette. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
because it went right in my eyes and everything.
like you got the dirtiest air in the world, and you're freaking complaining about somebody smoking.
No, you know how like
when I come back to visit, me and James will be like, remember Skateland over on Cherry Hill in Newburgh?
I remember.
I remember they had the smoke room, and I didn't even have to smoke. I would just go in the smoke room because it was one big cloud, and I didn't even need cigarettes. But that'd be me and James, and Dave will be in the other room going, "You're fucking smelling over here, man. You're trying to kill me."
What was the deal with that place anyways? Because there was like, we were all 14, 15, and it was a
The
lock-in.
owners were two female they were twin sisters, and they were the C word, dude. They were bitches.
Do you remember Riverside Arena? With the smoke room at Riverside Arena, right?
I didn't go that one that much, but I remember it.
Okay, well that one, it was like 14 years old, 15 years old lock-in night. And there'd always be this 22-year-old guy sitting in the smoke room. And mind you, we're 14, 15. We're not even supposed to have a smoke room because we're not even old enough to smoke. And yet this dude's selling weed. He's selling pinners out of the smoke room to all the 14, 15-year-olds. And we're all in the bathroom and like, what kind of setup is this, bro? I mean, I liked it.
It's capitalism, baby.
But it's like letting us all smoke, and it's like, what kind of place is this?
We're smoking a pancake. That's right.
He's like, yeah, it's $10 for a joint. It was like the smallest pinner I'd ever seen. Like a toothpick. It was like 3 hits and you're done.
Hey man, that's not a joint, man.
Yeah, buy your own, dude. This is enough for me.
Oh no, man, hold on. No, I thought that was my dick. Hold on. Hey man, I hope your dick's bigger than that.
I went.
You remember
I
that
always
part?
went to Riverside just to skate. I love
Did you? I always went to Skateland, but I don't
always
know
loved
why, because those twin bitches owners were like out to get me and my sister. Totally out to get us. We went to an all-night skate once, and we brought two liters of Mountain Dew with us because you're allowed to bring like drinks and snacks and shit because it was an all-nighter.
Yeah, they quit that.
And they got, I think I was like 12 at the time. Stacy was 13. And they like pulled us. They were like out, like, and they were brand new, not open or anything, brand new 2 liters. And they're like, oh, there's vodka in there. We could smell it. And we're like, they weren't even open until you just opened them, bitch. They kept both of them.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, you can still go in, but you're not getting these back. I was like, those bitches just stole our Mountain Dew.
I was always so embarrassed when I had to rent my skates. I hated wearing them nasty.
I never had to.
skates, dude. Yeah, because you were Mac Daddy rich. But I'd go in there and like, I'd see a pair of skates laying around. I'm just grab them and walk away and put them on.
The
I'm
only
sorry,
reason
kid.
I wouldn't have cared if I had to rent them because I have a few times, but I just the skates that you rent are shit. Like they're not good skates.
Right.
So it makes a difference too on how you skate, if they're rented or if they're your own.
I don't know what it is about skating back in the day, but I loved it. And it
me
was
too.
Like, you get bumping music, the lights go down.
Yeah, it's called peer pressure, bro. You know, it was the cool thing to do to hang out, freaking, by yourself.
It was fun though for me.
It was fun. Don't get me wrong. I was never like huge into it. Like I never had my own skates because that was.
I did.
I was into it. Well, it's the same thing like using a house ball, right? Like I was really into bowling too. I still am, but I couldn't use a house ball
You
because I
had a
was really into
rhino.
it and I had to have my own. And then same
Oh,
thing with
true.
skating. I was really into skating, so I had to have my own skates.
Using a house ball does take 5 pins off my average, but
I asked my mom for some skates. You know, I should have learned my lesson ever asking my mom for anything, because if I asked my mom for skates, she was old school. She would give me the ugliest brightest blue skates you could ever get. You know what I mean? And the dude wants black skate. You wanted black skates, right, or something? You didn't
Yeah.
want the powerful
Yeah.
blue skates.
I still remember Dave got his first skate key. Man, that was an awesome day.
My what?
The old skates with had the key on them that you attach to your feet, like in the 50s.
Man, yeah. And then I moved to rollerblades, and then once I got to rollerblades, I could do all kinds of tricks. That was the
Yeah.
cool days. Rollerblades were
That
like
reminds me of
thing.
a Bill Burr joke, because then rollerblades were cool, but then some guy decided to start rollerblading wearing a fanny pack, and then everyone was like, "I never owned rollerblades. I
Tony Hawk.
rollerblade."
Yeah, what was up? And then they ruined rollerblades with them shoes where you could pop down the wheels. And people are like going to class down the hall, like rollerblading on their shoes.
They still have that. I still see kids out here
I'm
now
like,
with
Mom,
that.
can I get some of them shoes? No.
They like walk real fast and then hold one foot up, and then they're all of a sudden just gliding.
My mom would be like, "Are you allowed to use those in school?" Well, technically, no. Well, you ain't getting them.
Like you were saying though about you should have learned never to ask your mom for anything, because with me with skate, I loved skateboarding. I always wanted to learn how to skateboard, and they finally got me a skateboard, but it was worse. Like you stand on it and push, and you'd move like an inch. So it was like a
Yeah,
piece of shit
the crappy
skateboard, and I'm
one.
like, how am I gonna learn anything on this? It doesn't even roll.
See,
So
my
I
mom
never.
got me rollerblades, and they did the same thing. And I learned about the bearings inside, and I went and got the ABEC 5s. I was going down a hill one day, man, and those were so fast I couldn't stop. Wiped out, went about 37 somersaults into a fence. Those are some damn good bearings. You know what I mean? Mom wouldn't buy me them bearings though, because she was smart.
Yeah.
That was at Levagood. I don't know if you remember the track at Levagood Park.
Oh yeah,
They
I used to hang out at Levagood a lot.
You know what's fun is standing outside of Levagood and watching the Arabs try and go off the 15-foot diving board and belly flopping over and over because they don't know what the hell they're doing. It's like, hook
I
that
don't
one
think
out.
I ever went off that 15-footer, even though I was on a swim team and shit, but that was when I was like 12, 13, 14. So, and I've always been scared of heights. I don't think I ever went off the tall one.
I dove off that many times, but it did hurt a little bit when you hit the water, just a little bit.
I could imagine. Shit.
You know,
if you hit it the wrong
brother's
way.
still there. James,
What?
you still there?
Who?
Yeah.
James,
Oh.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, Mom dropped me and Danny off, my cousin Danny off at Levagood there, and he went up the 15-foot ladder and he just bounced once, and he went like straight flat horizontal, and he hit the water so hard
Oh man.
that all the lifeguards from the whole place went to the water, and they got that big long hook, the metal hook, and put it under his arms, and they had to pull him to the edge and pull him out, and he was done. Like the whole day. Yeah, they called my mom, and she had to come get him, and he went home to his house, and it was over. I'm like, man,
How old were you at the time?
We were like 14.
Yeah.
14.
Well, I've never liked the high board. I remember the 1 meter board. I did a backflip at Levagood and came down on my head. I got 6 stitches from that one.
Oh shit! Really?
Oh yeah, I did a whole backflip, came down right on the board on my head. Pop!
Oh my!
Oh,
that
dude,
1.5?
Yeah. I got up out of the water. I'm like, hey man, is my head bleeding? And I'm like, yep. 6 stitches.
It hurts. It hurts. Not so much here or here, but right here. Yeah, where all the blood is. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was right on the top, man. It came down did a perfect 360 right onto the edge of the board. It was like, that's unfortunate.
I remember it was 20. It was a 20-foot deep pool. I remember when you got to the bottom, it felt like your ears were gonna just pop out of your head. Holy crap! What the hell is that? I think someone's letting off M80s out in the front yard or something.
Oh,
Yeah, man, it's the Eid and the Hajj and stuff. The kids are all of my Muslim neighbors are lighting off their fireworks.
Oh, yeah, these are big. Whatever it is, it's big. Shaking my windows.
Yeah, I heard them. I didn't know that was outside of your house.
Yeah, it's like sounded bigger than an M80.
Something's going on here. Is everyone's running and shit.
I want to go out front. What, people are running now?
Everyone just started like dispersing.
Yeah, Union Station's back
This dude's got gas mask on, hard hat.
So we're gonna go around to the north.
Yeah, I mean, as it gets darker, it's going to get worse.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Freaks come out at night. Freaks come out at night.
We'll get back
Oh,
up there
that
on those
dude
bridges
is
with those other people.
okay. That dude is because when he was walking towards is a Tesla, I could tell the trunk was open, but I'm like, why would someone leave that wide open? But this dude's back there putting all his gear on. Dude pulls up in a Tesla.
We'll get back up there on those. We're gonna go one street up. Well, let's check this. Let's check this street.
Boom.
Where the horses were. I'm gonna swing right towards the horses, and then we'll go back to those bridges that look like they're gonna leave them alone on the bridges.
That's an idea. A good old-fashioned cavalry charge right into the protesters and just see how that goes. That'd be hilarious.
They'd run.
A couple of 100 horses just running down, charging down the street. They'd move.
They'd run, dude. They're like cockroaches, man. They run.
That would be funny as hell.
They'll be running, and then when you pass them, they'll come back out and be like, I wasn't scared. I guess somebody let off some big boomers out front. That was crazy.
You know what's crazy about that here is that like because 4th of July is coming up, and you would expect to hear like what you're hearing, right? Because 4th of July, people are gonna be lighting off fireworks. You barely hear it here, but New Year's, New Year's is getting close, dude. Nonstop, just nonstop. Well, you've seen the live streams we showed on New Year's Eve night.
Yeah, those are crazy.
Dude, it's insane.
That just because they're forbidden?
Yeah, but have you watched any of them, dude? Because there is more fireworks than you ever seen, and every firework you see going off is illegal. Is illegally purchased, illegally bought, and it's so, dude. It's intense. It's insane. It's amazing, dude. I love New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve is my
Who's
favorite.
smuggling all the fireworks into Hawaii? That's what I want to know, man.
I love it because
bro.
That's the perfect fuck you to the government. Like, oh, we're not allowed to have fireworks. Hold my beer, bro.
Right. Hold my beer. That's exactly how it is, man. If you say no to somebody, they want to do it more.
Yep.
And that's the stupid thing to say no to, really. Like, seriously, fireworks. You live on an island that's a fucking volcano.
Well, not the one we live on is no active volcano, but it is
Look, all of Hawaii is a volcano, man.
It's the after effect of a volcano, but no live volcano.
Okay, so it's not directly under your feet, but okay.
Dormant.
But you're still correct, though. We're living on volcanic rock, basically.
Yeah, that's like Pompeii, kind of, you know. Just like
Steve,
just waiting.
I haven't bought one firework this year yet. Can you imagine? You know me about my fireworks.
Dude, and I don't even have, that's the thing. I don't even have to buy fireworks. But the other funny thing is, even if you know someone here that knows someone that can get fireworks, they won't tell you. Like, there's no, like,
nope.
They'll be like, well, you give me the money and I'll get it for you. And I'm like, just tell me who the dude is. And they're like, no, I'm not.
Put some shoe polish on your face.
It's like the French Connection. Hush, hush.
You look pretty white, you know. Just take the hat off.
I look pretty white.
Start doing the hookah. I need firework. Boom. No, I wouldn't tell you either, man. I like how they're tight-lipped like that. That's good.
Well, what are they getting you for illegal fireworks? Is it a felony, or is it, hitting you with explosive charges, or what?
I'm trying to find the live stream just to show you a little bit of it, but I can't find it. But no, they don't get you. They don't even like do anything because there's so many. They're outnumbered. Like,
well, right, but technically, is it just a misdemeanor, or are they hitting you for something more serious? If if they catch you with it?
That's a good question because I don't even know. I don't even know anyone that's ever got busted.
Yeah, technically, they could probably start talking about explosives charges and all kinds of stuff. Have the ATF and all kinds of things come in if they wanted to.
Right. And the funny part to me is because like every year there's always going to be like one or two, maybe three, like major accidents from fireworks, which that's right. Regardless, that's going to happen, right? But if you compare that to the number of people doing it, it's like 0.5%.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's what I mean. One or two.
This is what I pulled up.
Cases, and then last year that house blew up.
This is what I pulled up, Steve. It says in Hawaii.
We did that, baby. My channel. Oh, that's why I can't find it. It was on Nina's channel, not mine.
Says in Hawaii, it is illegal to purchase, possess, store, set off, ignite, or discharge aerial devices or fireworks without valid pyrotechnic permits. The penalty for illegal fireworks can result in a Class C felony, punishable up to 5 years in prison and a $10,000 fine.
Wow.
Ouch.
Well, they're not doing it because
they ain't playing, no, dude.
It was on Nina's channel, so I'm gonna find it now.
Yeah, when you first showed me that, I think it was the New Year's one. I'm like, I was concerned for y'all's safety, bro, because there was like people going door to door and yelling and banging and fire everywhere. I was like, dude, you better get out of there.
But we did it live though, didn't we? Yeah, we got. Well, here she did a video on. We did a live. I can't find the live, but I want to get to the part where
that's crazy. A felony to do a firework.
It ain't stopping nobody. No?
Yeah, but if there was an accident or something like that, that they would fry you.
Oh yeah.
It was accident.
No, if somebody was to.
This past year, there was that house blew up and 8 people died.
Wow. I forgot. You did tell me.
It literally blew up. Like the whole house was just like kaboom.
There's a baby blowing up too.
Yeah. But and this right here is one tiny section of the entire island. So this is like the whole island looks like this. And this is just this one little section that we're watching. And this was like before midnight. This was way before.
Felony.
Yeah.
Felony.
Yeah, I mean that's the
Try to
good thing
get
about living in Detroit. In Detroit, is that we don't have to worry about fireworks. We just firearms. Just shoot up in
right.
the air.
I am
Pl-
not with this guy. I don't know what he's
Plus,
talking about. YouTube.
plus in Detroit, New Year's it's pretty freaking cold, right? So
Yeah, I
nobody's
mean,
really hanging outside.
stay
Yeah,
away
you
from
know.
your windows on New Year's.
Here we go. This is
On New
close to
Year's
midnight.
around here, it's like the
Oh yeah,
purge.
this is midnight. So here's midnight this past year, 6 months ago.
I love you too, Nina.
Look at that, dude. Look at that. Not one of those is from the state or the government or anything. That is all individual.
Man, it looks great.
Now, how are they going to enforce any laws on that? Who are they going to start with?
Well, you just start with somebody and you make an example.
No, I don't want to, man. It's too fun, man. It's
That's
overwhelming.
the way they do it,
And it's good vibes too, man. Everyone around you is just friendly. It's awesome, dude. It's
I think
a great
that's the
experience.
coolest thing ever is that everyone's doing them at the same time.
It looks great. It looks fantastic.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's amazing, dude.
You know, here you'll have someone do them at 10, then 11, then you'll have the one idiot at 2 in the morning who starts his display like 2:30
Yeah, that
in the
looks
morning.
amazing. It really
Yeah, it
does.
does. It does. Put on your gas mask, honey.
What blows my mind is they start doing this
Those are big.
like 2 days before New Year's Eve. They start doing this, and it's like, and then when New Year's like midnight hits, then it's this, and then it keeps going for hours afterwards. And it's like, dude, how many fireworks does each of those people have?
One cake costs like $200.
It's a lot
and then
of money.
the cost of each one is a shit ton of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Somebody's making cake on that island.
Yeah. No, well, I've had customers tell me that because I was like, dude, New Year's, this is when I first moved here. I was like, New Year's is crazy out here. And he's all, oh, shoots, bro, January 1st, every year I start saving. And I'm like, January 1st, like New Year's Day, you start saving for the next year? And he's like, yeah, anywhere from like 10 to 15,000.
Damn.
Just for me. And that's just one dude telling me that. So who knows what everybody else is saving up to.
I spent like 1,500 and felt really bad. I guess it's nothing. My wife, every time we have 4th of July, when they're blowing up, she's like, that was $50. That was $75.
Right. She's just seeing dollars go up in flames.
I know. I think it's funny though that she says it.
That was a new pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Or she'll say, how many more of those do you have? And I know that she's thinking like, how much
There goes that purse that I could have had.
Right. Nah, she ain't like that. She don't care about materialistic
They're
stuff.
all like that. Come on. Oh.
Hey,
they may not say it.
Relax. If you're watching, honey, I love you. My brother doesn't. Obviously, he doesn't want you to have anything. Steve said you wanted a purse.
Dude, this video doesn't justify it, because if you witness this in person, it's like that.
No,
you ever like watch that movie or see something in real life or whatever that it makes you so happy and you get so pumped up that you actually start tearing up because you're so happy and excited about it. That's how I get every year, because it's overwhelming, dude. The vibes from everyone around you, and then this happened, and it's literally like everyone on the island is one happy family, and no one has.
It seems like they're doing
issues.
it together. That is the coolest.
Yeah,
part.
everyone's united, and it's like no one has problems with each other. There's no arguments. It's like dude. You have to, if you do anything, put it on your bucket list. You have to experience New Year's Eve on Oahu, Hawaii.
I'm gonna come ride a shark.
Well, I wouldn't do that, but I mean, if
I'll probably just paddleboard. It'll take me a couple days.
Dude, stand-up paddleboarding is awesome. I used to do it when I first moved here. I used to do it every morning. Dude, I should start doing that again. Sharon Mercier, aloha, good to see you.
You are getting pretty fat. You need to probably do something with yourself.
Dude, no, stand-up paddleboarding is the bomb, dude. It's so relaxing, and you're standing on this huge surfboard basically. In the middle of the ocean, dude. It's so relaxing and calming. Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, being able to stand up so you can see all the sharks in the water and stuff, that does make me feel better.
Except I've never seen a shark.
So the next morning,
you can't see him. You can't see him.
I thought I did, but it turned out to be a turtle, and then I lost my sunglasses and everything. But
everything to me in the ocean is a shark. It doesn't matter what it is.
Right.
That's right.
To me too. That's why I don't go in the water ever.
I just witnessed so many felonies on that video. I'm just trying to imagine how many felonies I saw.
I'll go in the ocean, but no more than 6 inches deep.
There's a little over 1 million people here, I think. So that's about
like
500,000 felonies.
200,000-300,000 felonies. You wouldn't even be able to put them all in jail.
Exactly. That's why they can't do shit.
They'd be putting the cops in jail. Say, hey, lay off. We'll let you off.
Dude, the cops, even in this video, I remember because I was recording, and then this is Nina's video, and she was recording, and dude, we watch cops drive by all night. They just drive by slow and don't do shit. They just make sure that, no fights are breaking out or.
So the house that blew up, what went wrong in that where the house blew up?
Fire safety.
Let's see.
Well, I mean, 8 people got unalive. I mean, it had to have been a lot of fireworks or something in there.
I actually made a video on that too, but it's because I wasn't buying the story at the time. What was it? I'm gonna have to watch it to remember, but I wasn't buying the story at the time because they're saying, oh, this video was captured when it happened. But okay, so perfect example. You just seen the video I was playing, right? That was midnight in Hawaii. So you seen what the sky looked like, and it looked like that over the whole island. And where this house blew up wasn't too far from where we were at. So you know that they were seeing the same thing in the sky that we were seeing. Yeah, and I titled it "The Biggest Fireworks Lie of 2025 Debunked." What's really behind fireworks ban? I don't even remember this video, but
damn it, I forgot the bid on my gun and I lost it. Or caught with large amounts of fireworks, you need prison time. It's like, wait, what?
The accident occurred just before midnight.
Where are all the other fireworks?
Just before midnight.
This massive blast of fireworks.
There's no other fire. Yeah, look at the sky. You just seen the video we were watching, right? You seen how lit up the sky was? Where are all the fireworks in here? If it had
fireworks going off right there while this is happening. I mean, we were live streaming for a good half hour after midnight, and fireworks are still going off like crazy.
See, there's just before midnight, and then they show the video of the house that blew up just before midnight. How? You know what I'm saying? There's no way that is just before midnight. But anyway, the house that blew up is supposedly down the street from us. Well, not down the street, but like 15 minutes away. 10 minutes. This house right here. Gone. Just boom. So my question is, when did it really happen? Because it didn't happen at midnight like they're saying it did.
I mean, it don't sound like a firework accident to me. It sounds like, let's say, a dynamite or some crap.
Well, no, they just had like $15,000-$20,000 worth of fireworks all stored in the same.
Unless they had it all like rigged together or something, you would think that somebody would have.
No, because one goes off and then that lights 4 or 5 others, and then those go off and that lights 15, 20 others, and then boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
and then everything just goes.
couple years back, there's a video of a fireworks factory in China exploding. And it's like
I remember that. Yeah.
the whole bloody block is just gone.
Yeah, the domino effect, right? Just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, it was kind of like all at once. It was just like kaboom. It was all gone.
I lost my gun, man.
Well, stop buying it. Jesus.
It was a Marlin 35, man, for $550, and I freaking missed my last
What caliber?
35 Remington.
Yeah.
336. Yeah, it was $550, and they're worth the grand all day.
Whatever.
Dang it, Steve.
Oh,
Steve,
that was yours? I'm
stop
sorry,
shopping
dude.
for stuff you don't need.
I didn't know that
Oh.
was yours. I'll bring it back.
I forgot to freaking rebid on it. Dang it. I didn't need it anyway. No, the story behind that gun though is that I got my first deer with it, and me and my wife were only married for 3 or 4 years at that time, and we were so poor. I had a bad winter with work, and I had to sell my rifle to pay the mortgage. And I don't know if it's whatever, everyone has their favorite item. That was my favorite thing, so I didn't want to sell it. So now I'm trying to reacclaim it, or a replica of it.
Renke, what's up, brother?
Stupid family. Stupid mortgage.
Renke's in the house.
Rank finally came in, took his bandana off, and put the fireworks down in LA, right? He's out there lighting fires. I like Rank.
I was thinking about Renke earlier, man. I came across this channel called I don't remember, Misfit Minds or something. The Australian YouTube channel. And they're kind of funny. I don't know, a little obnoxious, but they're kind of funny.
I think all Aussies are a little bit obnoxious.
Oh, that's a horrible thing to say.
Yeah,
Wow.
They're a little bit obnoxious. Yeah.
Well, I beg to differ.
No, that's
What's
right.
up, Charlie Gabalden? Good to see you, brother.
Hey, Charlie. That's right. Charlie had his singing. I never freaking remember Charlie in the morning. I'm so sorry, Charlie. I forget that he did his thing this morning, didn't he? I could always rewatch it, I guess. I've been trying to help Scotty Butters, by the way. He got his monetization.
Oh, did he?
Yesterday.
Good for him.
So, and I think he's at 1,000 subs now. He's working hard, man. Like 4 or 5, dude. I think 4 or 5 nights in a row he played like 6 hours, and then he played at the bar for like 5 hours 2 nights in a row. And I don't know how he has any fingers left. But that dude earned his monetization.
Yeah, I texted him because he texted me like a week and a half ago, and he still wants to come on our show.
Fun.
And then I texted him the other day and was like, "Hey man, we're not doing something." That's why my thumbnail was guest or no guest. That's the question. But I don't know if he got my message or not. I don't know if he's just really busy or what.
He's busy.
Oh shit, something's going down now. What is this? Hold on.
I need a Glock 19.
Oh, maybe not. Never mind. I thought I seen a bunch of people running, but
You know what you need down there is you need to set up like a mobile liquor cabinet or something and sell shots. You make a fortune.
do like I used to do when remember Pine Knob, which real quick, is it true that it's called Pine Knob again? Did they switch the name back?
I don't think so.
I heard it was, but anyway, when I used to go to Pine Knob for concerts like every weekend, you know how when I caught on, I was like, yeah, every time I'm leaving a concert, You can't get any more beer. And then you got to sit in that parking lot. It takes forever to get out of there. So then when I started going to concerts, I would bring 2 cases, a case of Budweiser and a case of Bud Light in the can, put it in the trunk of the car. And then when we're leaving, I just sit out by the car and everyone coming out, and I'd sell them for $5 a pop. And most of the time I got free tickets for they give free tickets away all the time for Pine Knob back then. So it was just like a side hustle, man. I was making money every weekend just from going to a concert.
Oh man, I got lucky when I was working as a nurse. One of the doctors gave me, I used to get VIP tickets to whatever I wanted, so I never had to wait in line to leave or anything. We had VIP parking, VIP seats in the 3rd row center. I mean, it was
We went and saw the
too good.
Pistons in a box that was fully stocked with food, catered food. That was so cool.
Pistons games in the freaking suite. You know, it was
so
nice.
Cool.
It was nice.
The plumbing brand Moen. This is back when I worked for Pritchard. They hooked up me and my buddy, JB.
Yeah.
They gave us through another representative through Moen, gave us suites to a Cleveland Browns football game.
Oh, nice.
But they were playing the Lions, so that was the whole. But it was in Cleveland. But I did not see one second of the game. I don't even think I looked at the field. But it was the coolest shit ever, man. Coolest shit ever.
Yeah, it's a whole new world when you got that kind
so
of
cool that I didn't even watch the game,
My son's sending me pictures from all over the place, man. Gatlinburg and in Florida. He's doing that. I told you, for Pierce the Veil, that band. Putting together all the stages and crap. And his cousin's the stage manager, so they're like, I didn't even never hear of that band, but I guess they're pretty huge. But they sending me all kinds of pictures of these massive crowds. It's awesome. He's having a good time. They're paying.
It sounds like fun. Traveling like that.
They're paying good money, dude. Yeah, they pay those guys good money. They just. It's a shame about the guy who went down on the plane.
Yeah, you were talking about that last week. Yeah.
Yeah. He was on top of the world, man. I think he was 24 years old, rich, had his own plane.
Well, it's kind of an old story in the rock and roll business,
Right.
A lot of people seem to die on planes.
Dude, that's what blew my mind. Dude, this blew my mind. I was watching this documentary on I'll tell you who it is in a second, but on a musician. And I always thought, and I really don't know why I always thought this, but I always thought, maybe I had him confused with another musician, but that he died from a bus accident, from the tour bus accident. But then I found out what it was is they were in the tour bus and they made a stop. And then where they stopped, they had like a twin engine, like small plane. So they went on a ride for it and they were doing loops. And what happened was the wing hit the tour bus and then that caused them to crash into the house. And then he died. So he died from a plane crash, not a bus accident, but a bus was involved. But Randy Rhoads. I never knew that. I never knew that just till like 3 days ago. I was like, what? I mean, a bus was involved, but I always thought it was a bus accident. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I remember Richie Valens and Buddy Holly, man.
Yeah, that's why anytime I get on a small plane, even to this day, I'm like, oh, I'm on a Buddy Holly plane, dude.
Well, them, Leonard Skinner, Jim Croce, freaking Stevie Ray Vaughan. There's a lot of guys die in freaking plane aviation accidents, it seems like, when they're.
Must be the lewds.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't give your pilots lewds. I'm just saying.
No, bad idea.
You got lewds, man.
I didn't say I have lewds. I don't have enough lewds.
That's right. I didn't say I had any lewds, man. I just said I didn't have enough. A great movie.
I just saw an ad for Cheech and Chong's last movie, and it's kind of a docu movie, and it looked horrible. It looks like they don't even get along with each other.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I watched something different, but it was a documentary on Tommy Chong.
Oh yeah, this one has them both. But he's like, Cheech, you gotta grow your mustache back, man. You don't look right. Something like that.
Well, you gotta imagine though, if you're what's up, deal for real. If you're working with each other like that day in, day out for all those years, you're gonna get sick of each other, man. It's like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You can't be around someone like that 24 hours a day and then
their chemistry in the first 10 minutes I watched, it was horrible. It looked like they couldn't stand each other.
Well, they didn't talk to each other for like 20 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The
Cheech
one I
acted
watched
like
on
Tommy Chong
was about when his whole business with the pipes and everything, the bongs, and how he had literally went to prison for. But just watching that and the interviews with Tommy Chong, dude, he's a really cool guy, man. Like I always had respect for him, but I have a lot of respect for him now because he's like a good family man. He's he's got his shit together. His whole Tommy Chong thing is pretty much an act, but in real life, he's like a real down to earth dude.
Well, between the both of them, I read that they brought in over $200 million through all the movies and stuff.
Yeah. Well, Cheech kind of sold out.
Yeah, he did. That's the thing. It's like when I think that's why they didn't get along, is that he acted like he never got high. He never did any of that. And he kind of like acted like he didn't even know Tommy Chong because he was doing Nash Bridges TV show with what's his face.
Yeah, and then he was playing like some detective or some shit.
Well, and then later he came back and got a chunk of the business from Chong because he was nice to him or whatever. He got a little bit of chunk from that. Or he bought into something.
Well, I just lost all the respect for him once, you do all these Cheech and Chong high on movies and then you just go, oh, that was all an act. Okay, right.
Right.
Like Ted Nugent swears up and down he never took drugs. Okay.
Sure,
I believe you.
Never drank, never a drop of alcohol either, right, Teddy?
Right. Oh, Teddy's clean liver.
Yeah.
Now I got you in the stranglehold, baby.
Yeah, I don't like hypocrites. I don't like hypocrites.
He said he didn't hit women either, but that whole song, if you listen to the words of that song, is like, you smacked me and I choked you out.
Come on, man. He wrote a song about taking a journey to the center of your mind. I'm pretty sure he did drugs at one point.
For sure.
Right.
The Amboy Dukes, I'm pretty sure they were high all the time. So
they were on that moonshine.
That dude's still living in Michigan too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a psycho.
He is, man. He's freaking lost it big time.
I mean, he hasn't made any good music in 30 years, but he's still freaking, got a rep for being a psycho.
Oh, Nugent?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had black mold in his house on his property, and he burnt the house to the ground.
Good idea.
He did. He burnt it to the ground with his wife. They videotaped part of it, and then they built a new house. I was like, dang, bro. Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he's got the money, but, the idea that somehow...
He's still got royalty checks coming in.
Right. Well, with all that talent, he hasn't done a thing in decades.
Except go on TV and make a fool of himself.
Yeah. He turned into a politician.
Yep, exactly.
He's an obsessive hunter. I mean, he takes hunting to like level 1,000. He's
that's what
all over the world.
He spends all his time hunting instead of making music.
Right.
One of the world's best guitar players. It doesn't play guitar anymore.
That's it. That's what I don't get because he's not. I mean, I'm sure he's making money because I know he owns businesses out there that a lot of people probably don't even know he owns, but that he makes money from maybe hunting has something to do with those businesses to where he makes money, but not as much as he could make if he was out there making more real music. Especially
Well,
now with all this AI bullshit. Like if Ted Nugent was out there making music still.
I don't even think he tours. I don't think he does anything musically anymore.
No,
I
I
mean,
don't think he does.
I haven't heard of it. If he does, he keeps it pretty freaking quiet. Which is
Well,
a shame because he had real talent, and it's like I
Right.
guess you're just gonna live off your early years, and the royalty check keeps on coming in.
Well, he should do at least one comeback tour or something. A comeback, at least a couple shows.
Just
He's
do a
probably
vanity album. I mean, if you're a musician, you'd think you'd still be making music, right?
Well, I mean, if you loved it, yeah, I don't see why you'd ever stop if you loved it.
Well, with a talent like that, I mean, I don't know. I guess you can have a talent and not love it, but he was very talented. I mean, Kid Rock's still out there. He's not as good as he used to be, but he's still doing his thing because that's his talent, right? Or used to be anyway.
Well, you would think, I mean, that's what made you famous, that's what made you rich, and that's what you're supposed to love as a profession. And I would think you'd keep doing it to some degree. I mean,
Right.
Nancy Wilson and Hart are doing a tour, and that chick's like 85 years old.
Dude, that's so funny, man. Every time I hear that band's name, it reminds me of when I got free tickets to a concert at Pine Knob, and it was Hart, and I didn't even know Hart came on stage already because we were waiting in line to get another beer, and I'm like, and it was Hart, and this was 20 plus years ago, but and then I looked on the stage and I'm like, who's singing? I'm like, no one wants to hear this fat lady sing. And then the girl I was with was like, and like everyone around me looked at me, and the girl I was with was like, shut up. I'm like, what? She's like, that's Hart. I'm like, oh shit. I didn't
That's
even know.
Hart's pretty awesome.
Whoops.
Yeah. Ann Wilson did gain some weight there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she could still sing, though. Hey. The voice didn't change. She was still great. But I
She
mean,
did a
even at that
tribute
age, look at the Rolling Stones. Those assholes are like 80 and they're still
Right.
freaking music.
She did a tribute to Led Zeppelin. I don't know if you guys saw that with a full orchestra.
Was it Kashmir?
I think so. And they were all sitting up in the upper deck watching her redo Stairway to Heaven, maybe?
Oh, I think it was. Yeah, which should never be copied ever.
No, but she did a very good job. They all applauded it, which is I didn't think they were going to do, but they did. It says that Ted Nugent did a short tour in August 8th, 2023, and then it said he agreed March 8th. It says he was going to do something else. Confirms continued performances. That was March 8th of this year. Announcement about ending long tours, but doing shorter sets.
Hey, okay. I mean, I'm just thinking if you're, a musician's got to be making music, I would think. Van like says Willie Nelson's 90. Yeah, I mean, Willie Nelson, he's a classic, man. They don't make many of those.
I didn't know that dude's still kicking it.
Willie Nelson is a man. He's a giant amongst men. I got to give him that.
I even, back when I didn't even like country music, I liked Willie Nelson.
He's just cool.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's just down. I mean, everything about him, his music, everything. He's just a cool guy, man. Just real. He's a real guy, like down to earth.
That's what I think. He seems like a genuine guy, which is very cool.
Yep. That's the word I was looking for. Genuine.
You remember seeing the Benny and the Jets band on Cherry Hill all the time by Inkster?
No.
Oh, yeah, I do. Now I had to think about that for a minute.
Yeah, I think they lived in Inkster right there.
Yeah, but they were like kind of popular local band, but
Yeah.
What was the name of the place they always played?
Was it Token Lounge or what?
Token Lounge. There, what? Token Lounge.
Yep.
I never thought they were very good. I just
It's always
caught on
fun though,
for some
man.
reason.
That's why I would go to all those free concerts at Pine Knob, because it doesn't matter who's playing, just live music is fun, man.
The atmosphere is good.
I love live music more than anything else. Absolutely. I mean, I even like live like symphony music too. I mean, it's different when you're there. It's
exactly the vibe, the experience. Yeah, any kind of live music is awesome. Just like New Year's Eve in Hawaii.
Yeah, like you can listen to the same song like on a record over and over again, but when it's live, it's always different. It might not be much, but it's always a little different, right? It's not exactly the same every time, which is nice.
Right. Unless it is exactly the same, then you know they're lip syncing.
Well, yeah, I've never been a Milli Vanilli, so
I liked Milli Vanilli.
The funny part is those dudes didn't even write their own music. They just were lip sync. They weren't singing, or they didn't even write the lyrics or the music or anything. It's just like two dudes.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of those guys are just faces, you know.
Yeah. That's gotta suck for them, man. Talk about ruining your. Well, I don't think they ever had a career if they can't even sing. You know,
I was always wondering.
Big bucks for a minute there until they got, until their career imploded.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, until the music stopped and everyone realized they were lip syncing.
Right.
That moment had to suck. They were like, "Oh, run, buy another gun."
No, yeah, it started skipping, and then they're like, "Oh, just pretend like we're doing it on purpose." And then everyone, then they happened to a few other people after that, didn't it? Like,
oh yeah, that's not uncommon, and even more so today with the auto tuning and crap. I was looking at the Katy Perry stuff. And my God, it's horrible. The way she can't sing at all. They run it through a computer and it sounds okay. But it's like, good God, people pay money to watch this? I mean, what happened to the old days? It seems like I know I'm old, but everything I listen to is from the 70s or the 80s or something. There's nothing that I find good on today's music scene for the most part.
I don't even know what today's music scene. I haven't turned on the actual radio and listen to new music, and I don't even know how long, man. But and then when the times I have turned on the actual radio, it'll be stations that are playing like #1 hits from the 80s. So it's like it's not even new music. I don't even know what kind of music they like, but I know it sucks. That's why I don't listen to it.
Well, Van Life says Godsmack opening for Metallica. That sounds like a pretty good show, I have to admit.
Dude, Godsmack is a really good show. I never seen Metallica in concert, but I have seen Godsmack. And here's the weird thing. DMX opened up for Godsmack.
Okay.
DMX was the opener, and then another who was after that opened? It was someone else that I'll think of it in a minute. But then they opened, maybe it was Godsmack. Godsmack opened for Godsmack opened. That's what it was. Godsmack opened for Limp Bizkit.
Cool.
And then I was like, why is Godsmack kicked ass, dude? It was an awesome show. And Limp Bizkit was good at the time, but it's like, why is Limp Bizkit should be opening for Godsmack, not the other way around,
Yeah, I only had the one Godsmack album, and then I happened to catch a couple of concerts on like YouTube, Godsmack concerts, and they were so much better in concert than even the album. I was hooked.
Yeah,
I could work with that for sure.
And Sully, the lead singer, Sully, Dude, that guy's cool as shit. Cause he would do he'd be singing and then it'd come to the part where he'd stop singing. And then he would go grab the guitar from the guitar, start jamming it. Then he'd go grab the bass from the bass player, start jamming it. And then he'd go around on the drums, start jamming the drum. He'd play every instrument on the stage, dude, and just kill it. And I'm like, dude, it was an amazing show.
Like Prince.
Right? Yeah.
Prince could do that too. I mean, they basically could play any instrument you put in front of him.
I've seen Kid Rock do it because I've seen Kid Rock 19. I've seen him do it a few times, but he's not as good as like Sully was or Prince. But still, man, that's cool when like the lead singer isn't just a lead singer, that they're actually musically inclined all the way around, you know?
No, I like my lead singers to be able to do nothing except sing, like Steve Perry, you know, Journey or something.
Just a small town boy.
Well, he could sing very well, though.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
yeah,
a great
great
singer, no
voice.
question, but he couldn't do anything else.
Right.
Can't believe that Chinese guy, how much he sounds like him.
Yeah, he's made a whole career of that, hasn't he?
Yep.
Who?
The Chinese guy that pretends to be Steve Perry in Journey. I mean, they still tour.
Oh, no, he's Filipino. He's a Filipino dude.
He's making a fortune pretending to be Steve Perry for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, he's Filipino dude, man. He's huge in the Filipino community, man, because
he sounds exactly like Steve Perry used to sound. I mean, he's got that.
It's amazing.
Yeah, they
I didn't know it was someone different until I saw a video, and I was like, that ain't Steve Perry. It looks like Steve Perry.
Right. What happened to Steve Perry? Did he mix with a Filipino?
When did his eyes go like that? What happened? Steve Perry smoked a little too much meth, man. What's going on?
He doubled up his Botox, man. His eyes are all pulled back.
Well, you know, it does kind of tell you though who was the talent in that band. Is like have they put out a new album in the last ever? Or they still doing? They're still doing their concerts are still the same old Journey songs. They haven't put out anything new.
They don't need why change?
That's what I was gonna say. I think they're still just doing original Journey songs. So
Mm-hmm.
they're basically just a cover band.
Yeah, they're a cover band.
But still good for him though, man. We're making millions off that shit. Cause
Yeah, you got a niche, man. You found a job, bro, forever.
Yeah. Take that shit and run with it. Take that shit and run. Oh, yeah, when did this happen? See, I stopped watching it for 2 minutes. Damn it, Steve Perry. And then someone started a fire.
This guy's just riding around the fire over and over like, ooh, it's fire.
I wonder if he got him like starting it.
This chick.
Because it was already lit. It was already lit. Yeah, it was already lit when he was walking up the street. Would have been sweet if like he saw someone actually igniting the fire.
Squiggling your wheels.
We're gonna have to call in the Rooftop Koreans.
Remember that? What was that? That was from when?
The Rodney King.
The Rodney King riots. Yep.
Yeah, well, don't come over here and try to burn my store. It won't be a problem.
Hey, that's the only law enforcement we should have. Is you won't fuck with me, then I'm gonna handle it my way, and you will pay my consequences.
Yeah, you're not gonna like it.
They're burning construction barriers now. Did you see them throw them in there?
Oh, they just keep adding shit to it. Keep it burning.
Adding barriers. Remember that video I showed you, Steve, where the Indian guy owned not a grocery store, but a party store, and he said that the homeless were all around there and they were pooping all over the building.
Yeah.
And around the building, and he's like, F these motherfucker. So he turned on like put speakers all around the building playing like classical music, like on volume 10 all day.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit was hilarious.
Oh, it was so funny.
I mean, because these dudes were literally taking a shit in front of his
on the
store,
sidewalk, like
on the
everywhere.
sidewalk, in front of a 7-Eleven. So, I mean, it was impeding his business big time.
He's like, how do you feel about these people who are on F this motherfucker? I hope they die. I hope they die.
They take shit right in front of my store, and the customers no come in
Yeah.
because they're shitting on it.
Well, and you paying taxes and you own a business. Don't you think you have the right to freaking not have somebody shitting in front of your front door?
Exactly.
Yeah. I would think, I would like, is there a policeman around or something can deal with this dude taking a dump right here in the middle of my store, please? I mean, I pay good money in taxes. Least you could do. You know, freedom is one thing, but it's not the freedom to just do whatever the hell you want.
Well, yeah, keep laughing, smile on the camera,
Well,
bro. You'll be
the
home.
freedom is to do whatever the hell you want, unless it involves hurting someone else or taking someone else, creating a victim. If you're not creating a victim, then you can do whatever you want. But shitting on someone's sidewalk is creating a victim.
Yeah, you're hurting them. Yes, you're
Right.
taking
Yeah,
money
you
out of
can't-
them. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
it's
have
like
a feeling that most of these guys left are Antifa or paid actors.
Yeah, what is this one guy? Hold on, can you see my cursor?
On the bike?
No, this guy right here, that next to the bike, the guy walking in circles.
Yeah, he's
just
like inciting
pacing.
everybody.
He's
I know.
pacing back and forth. Like, dude, what?
He's paid to be there.
he's an instigator, is what he is. He's
Yeah.
either paid to do that, or he's working himself up into a frenzy so that he can start trouble. He's one of the ones you should take out. I mean, he's
Look, they just lit the garbage.
He's
can on
already
fire.
in mob mentality mode, and he's just ready to snap.
Yeah, he's trying to work up. He's working himself up, but he's trying to work other people up too. So, I mean, it could be, he might be mental, he might be drunk, he might just be an a-hole. It's hard to say.
He might be on that good shit.
And it doesn't matter. The point is that what he's doing is probably not acceptable. So, send somebody over there to take care of him before he causes more problems. You can't let.
Well, they just threw a whole garbage can in
Lit
there.
the garbage can on fire in front of us too.
And who knows what was in that garbage can?
That guy's gonna go. He did a selfie of himself too. He's going
They
right
know
back.
they know they're being filmed by like multiple people right now.
Those guys with the black masks and hood, they are definitely paid actors. That's all they do is keep
Look at
walking
look at
corner to corner.
This couple just walking around like, yeah, this is cool. We're just hanging out. Like, no, you're gonna get involved with some shit. You're gonna wish you were never there.
Yeah, that's why you need a van load of cops to just pull up into the intersection and just spray rubber bullets everywhere and then drive away.
Oh, that shit hurts. That shit hurts.
Like, yeah, that's what you get.
Too weak in this country.
Hey, dude,
Well,
you can't turn right from the left lane. Why you got your right blinker on in the left
Hey,
lane?
look,
What's
he's
wrong?
even turning his blinker on. You're at a protest by a riot,
Well, you want to control it. You don't want to escalate it. You don't want to create victims and hurt people if you don't have to. But sometimes you have to.
Oh, look at this. These dudes over here just damaged. See, now that's not peaceful. What is that?
A board of to keep
table
them
or-
out away from the residents. Of
Oh, they're gonna
whoever
throw
lives there.
that. They're gonna throw that in the fire.
You hear the helicopters above their heads?
Oh yeah,
They're getting every one of these pictures, man.
that's more than one too. That's more than one of it. What the fuck is that,
A mattress.
dude? I hope they don't throw that in there. And whatever it is, it doesn't just have something inside of it.
It'd be nice if it blew up in their face.
Oh no, it's
See the
Yeah, just
people
a
with the
big piece of
orange
wood.
vest?
I don't know what she's saying. What was she saying?
All right, get out of the way. People got pissed. Now, if I was driving by and I started hearing that, know,
Yeah,
tell 'em
you
over
could tell
there.
that was. You could tell that was firecrackers, though. You could tell the
Yeah.
difference.
No,
But
you
yeah,
can
if I
tell
was
them.
driving by and I started hearing gunshots, I'd be like, "Fuck, I'm out, fuck out of here."
Well, you can tell when gunshots are going past you.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It don't
Tend to get
sound the
right
same
on
as
the ground.
it doesn't sound the same.
Not even close.
Here comes.
Unless
Here
it's
they
some pussy
come.
gun, but you
Hear
know.
the sirens?
They sound a lot different going out than they do coming in. Take my word for that one.
No, I know. Yep, I know. I had bullet holes in my 1982 Toyota Celica that I didn't realize that they were being shot at me until I heard that, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, when you hear that, then pew pew pew.
Why would he pick it up and point at people?
Right.
Yeah, but the idea that you could just stand here in this intersection and build a fire and there's no response, that tells me that the cops are letting it they're trying not to instigate and make it worse.
Right? Yeah, they're trying not to escalate it and just let them. You know, like when your kids get tired and it's time to go to bed, you just let them keep running around to wear themselves out, right?
Eventually, they'll get tired and go home for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all going to be tracked. Their face recognition.
Dude, those mini
They're
bikes.
collecting them.
Those
half
mini
these
bikes
people
are
are
the shit, though, dude. I want to get
You know
one of
what I
those
mean?
mini bikes.
You got these assholes in the middle of the street, and you got all these onlookers, and half of them are just kids. They're just curious. They're
Just want to be a part of something.
Right. They're not. There's no reason to try. To bring the hammer down on a bunch of onlookers if you don't have to.
Right.
But the instigators, hey, sometimes you got to take them and nip it in the bud. Yeah, building a bonfire in the middle of an intersection is probably not the best idea. It's just dumb.
It is better than burning a store down, though.
That's absolutely true. Yeah, it's better than a 7-Eleven or something else.
They still burn public property.
Well,
city
okay, yeah,
property
but
already, so.
a picnic table can be replaced. A dumpster could be replaced. Maybe you don't want to get.
Right.
You don't want to create victims and start taking people and hurting people because of something minor.
Right. Or burning stores down where that's product that they're selling to make a living off of, and now all that's gone. Everything. Dude, look at that bicycle. That's a badass. Dude, I want one of those mini bikes. Those things are sweet. That'd be fun to ride. That's cool how that whole building lights up like that. Purple and blue and shit.
Pride Month.
Yes, very manly.
I'm just saying it's cool how it lights up like that. Like, how much does that cost them a night in electricity to do that?
Well, it's probably green electricity, so it's okay.
They get it from
fire.
Elon.
It's from the.
Well, see, the other thing is with whatever they're throwing in that fire, who knows what they're throwing in there? And now these people that are even bystanders, they're breathing that shit in. You don't know what they're breathing in.
Yeah, it's good. Toxic smoke, it.
Right. And here, Dave's dude, you trying to kill me with those cigarettes? Why'd you go over there and stand? Tell me what that smells
You
like.
see that smoke? That's when my brother smokes. There's like that much smoke in the car.
That's smoke cigarette.
He's like, it's going right out the window. I'm like, no.
You don't want to ride with me then, Dave.
No, I know. I'd be like, bro.
Man, I literally don't even smoke around him, and then I got it dangling out of the car like 3 feet. My arm is fully extended, ready,
That's
you know,
such a
out the
lie.
window.
That
And
is
he's
a
like,
lie.
I can barely breathe.
I tell him I'm gonna hit the telephone pole if you don't put that out.
He's doing the exaggeration bit where he's like, oh my god,
Hey,
oh dude,
you know,
oh,
I'm
I
getting
can't
old. What do you
breathe.
want?
He's like, yeah,
But
he acts like he's that, what, Ben Stiller? He's got, in the Zoolander, he's got the black lung.
Yeah.
hey, to me, it looks like they're starting to get riled up.
Oh, yeah. The
Now
tequila's
they are,
flowing.
yeah.
Oh yeah, look at this.
Well, yeah, more people start
The
the
hoods
bigger
and
the
the
crowd
black.
starts getting, the more 40 ounces of courage people start having.
Yeah, you
And
remember
then
what
the
I did
real
when I had
mob,
mine. Mhm.
then the real mob mentality kicks in, and then it's. So I know something's about. That's why I'm leaving it on, because I know something's about to go. Something's got to be happening soon. Because and shout out again to SoCal Shorts.
Yeah, it's just a matter of how bad it is. Hopefully, hopefully it's just minor crap like this. But you know, you
Oh,
really never know.
He started a new stream because it only has 11 likes now. I had like 600 earlier.
Oh.
Now he's got 2,300 people watching.
If
Wow.
we're lucky, we'll get to see some MS-13 people burn or something. That'd be cool.
Wow, dude. Jeez.
I know. Terrible, isn't it? You sitting on the porch, you loser.
I just walked out the front door. Yes, you can hear my wind chimes
I
because
can
I'm
smell that smoke. Damn it!
You can smell. You trying to kill Dave? You trying to kill Dave James? You can smell that smoke, man.
Put that cigarette out.
Coming right through the phone. I know. I'm sorry, buddy.
You're 10
Yeah.
miles away, man, but you're killing him.
You're in the wrong country, bro. You're in the wrong country.
Oh no, Blue Unicorn is just like in the middle of this intersection.
What happened to the sound?
Oh, I muted it because.
Oh, okay.
All right, is that the El Salvador flag or is that Honduras?
Yeah, I think it's. Look at her. Oh my
Well,
God.
what's up, Blue Unicorn?
Guatemala.
Good to see you, brother.
Or is it Guatemala? I mean, I'd have to look at it. I'm not sure.
Man, I don't know none of that shit.
Please don't twerk for me. Blue.
But yeah, Blue Unicorn, that's just like kind of in the middle of the intersection, or right at the corner, but it's we were just talking about that. They're not burning down like an actual store or anything.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to build a bonfire in the middle of the intersection, I guess there's worse things. I ain't gonna,
Yeah,
ain't
but
gonna spend
earlier,
anything for that.
It is El Salvador.
Vaughn, earlier, there was a bunch of burned cars and motorcycles,
Backing away.
but that was like 2 hours ago.
It had two blue, a blue on top, blue on bottom, and white in the middle with a green. Yeah, it's El Salvador.
Okay, like a green. I don't know. Is it a freaking rooster or something? I don't know.
Crystal from San Diego.
Sort of state seal.
Whatever. It's Guatemala or it's El Salvador. Who cares?
Nobody cares.
I mean, San Salvador is like on the list of cities I never need to go see.
Well, we wouldn't make it home. Imagine. Imagine us doing that there. We would be dead.
Here, I got two comments I want to read real quick. One's from Steve-O. He says, it's a glowing erection of a building paid for by the same ones out there vandalizing it. Just saying, go figure. And then Blue Unicorn says, so they love their own flag so much. Why are they here? I mean, they should be holding American flags if they want to stay so much.
That's what I'm saying.
Good point.
It is ironic, isn't it?
And then one more real quick. Van Life, Van the man with the beautiful beard. I love you, brother. Thank you for stopping
brother.
by. And get some rest, brother, and have a good day at work in the morning, brother. Love you, man.
I wonder if they did that on purpose on that building so it's LGBTQ for June Pride Month or whatever.
Yeah. I just think it's cool how it lights up like that. I'm not
Oh,
saying,
yeah.
they get the pretty color.
It is, but It is the boy and girl color. That's why I say that. It's boy girl color.
Oh, you're right. See, I didn't even think of that. I just
all red. That'd be sweet.
should
Purple.
be.
Put them all in
Is that
room
purple and
1408.
turquoise? Gay.
James, take them up to room 1408.
That's faggot shit, man. That's faggot shit.
You seen that movie, didn't you?
Gay.
In 1408, right?
Is that the one with whatever's
Cusick and L.
John
Jackson?
Cusack? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a different one.
He goes into the. He's basically goes from hotel and all these haunted places to debunk them, and he goes to this one, and then he interacts with some crazy stuff, but he can't get out of the room. And Samuel L. Jackson telling him, "Don't go, don't go." Look at that. They put Zionist. Yeah, you know, they brought dogs, homie.
Good.
I didn't ask to be Mexican. Just got lucky. Those are some beast mode dogs.
That's the Cane Corso, man. That's a beautiful dog. Oh, God. That is lovely. 2 of them.
And they go out there all hard logo with the chains and shit, holding the dogs to add the intimidation look.
Right.
The dog's probably smarter than their owners.
For sure, dude. There's no doubt about it.
Beautiful dogs.
I mean, doesn't anybody have to work in the morning?
What are you talking about, man?
Not in East LA, Holmes.
All these people, man, they're on food stamps, I guess. They don't worry
Can't go to work. ICE is at my job, man.
It's only 9:18 p.m. there, so it's not that late.
Spent all my money on my El Salvadorian flag.
Hey, Rand, I had to get the Thai stick.
They are lovely. Beautiful dogs. Wow.
Technically, though, it's only 9 p.m.
All
there.
the white chicks is what's freaking me out. Like, why are all the white young chicks there?
Curiosity, youthful stupidity.
No offense to Hispanic. I'm just saying, like.
No, I don't think it doesn't seem to be a racial thing. It seems to just be a mindset thing of, it's like something to do.
Willful ignorance.
There's a lot of that.
I just want the rubber bullets to start flying.
Well, I don't want to see any, I don't want to see an escalation in violence, man. Again, I can think back to like Kent State and shit like during the Vietnam era. We don't need to do that.
I don't want to see anybody getting hurt.
Well, I don't want to see any of the freaking bystanders, but anybody lighting that fire over there is fair game to me.
Yeah, I mean, at some point it does, it depends on the level of what's going on. But if they're, misdemeanor stuff doesn't deserve a overreaction.
Look at the Chinese dude with the $8,000 camera.
Dude, the only time I would want to see someone get hurt is if I seen that exact person hurting someone else.
Whoa,
you know what I
blew
mean?
Up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You don't know what they're throwing in that shit. And people are just still standing there breathing it in.
Didn't you? Oh, yeah, again.
They're doing it again. Yeah. You don't know what they're throwing in there.
Backing up. He's like, what was that?
I don't know. Let's just take this garbage can and throw it. What's in the garbage can? I don't know. Let's just throw it in there. Shit starts flying everywhere.
It's going to be in there. Everyone wants to take the right picture so they can sell it, They're just down there trying to make some money.
Shit, not even that, dude. I'd be doing, if I was there, I'd be out there recording too. I mean, look, he's got 2,300 people watching him. When I first turned it on 2 hours ago,
he only got 12 likes?
He had 400 because this is a new stream. He just restarted it. The one we were watching earlier was a different one. I think he had to switch batteries or something. I'm not sure.
Either that or he's got 2 channels and he wanted to build both.
No, it's same
one.
I already looked. It's Let's see. Let me go to the other one.
What are they fighting? They're fighting. They're fighting. Yep.
Oh shit! Really?
Oh, dude, this is gonna get bad. They were kicking in the face and everything.
I hate that too when people are fighting and then everyone jumps in. Like,
Good flag. Take that shit back to wherever you came from, man.
they're little kids. Little
I think
kids
they
walking
arrested at
around.
least 500.
They did that.
I don't know how many
Dent.
today.
That person on it cracking me up.
WKIP Cincinnati. Our country is going to hell.
Oh, you know why? Because he went.
I'm just shocked at how far back the cops are. They're like 3 blocks
They're
back.
just burning random stuff. It is random.
Yeah,
random
see, this
stuff
is
they
a new
burn.
stream because his yeah, that last stream that we were watching went
Lost my brother.
a little over 6. Oh shit, yeah, James dropped.
Yeah, he said his phone.
But that other one went a little over 6 hours.
Yeah.
And he ended it at 6:15 and then started a new one. But here, dude, this good for this guy though, because check this out. I just found his channel today. Shout out to Porter Farmer for pointing him out. But he had, well, even here it says 14,000 subscribers, but he's at 15.2 thousand subscribers now. And his last video that was 6 hours got 20,000 views. And this one, he's got over 2,000 people watching. So
that's a lot. SoCal Shorts.
So okay, yeah, I already subscribed. And I put him in the description too of this video. So definitely go check him out.
Yeah, before too
Because,
long.
dude, I mean,
Facebook.
like I said, I'd be doing this if I were there. But there's this, I mean, dude, you got to have backup batteries. You got to have like so much equipment to keep it going, man. You know, you got to have chargers and shit. So it's hard to do this shit for 6 hours at a time. And this is the second one in a row. So he already did 6 hours. So he's been out there all day, basically. So just imagine how much equipment he's got with him in his backpack or whatever he's carrying just to keep going. Shit, when we go to the beach and shit for like a 2 or 3 hour live stream, it's hard to keep our batteries lasting that long. Hey, Peanut made it back. We are getting ready to end. Oh shit, we're over 3 hours. I was gonna say we're gonna end around 3 hours, but I got so into this I lost track of time. Because I still gotta go. I got my neighbor text me this morning. I gotta go do work over there, and I gotta do work here too. I'm gonna I gotta replace our water heater.
Yeah, he's at 15.2 thousand subscribers with almost 900 likes now.
Yeah. So he gained like pretty much 500 subscribers just today. I was one of them.
I'm trying to watch and see if people in the chat are for this or against it.
What, for the riot part or for?
Yeah. People are all saying like, how are they not responding? Why is nobody doing anything about it?
Let's see.
This guy's saying if you're exposed to tear gas, don't rub your eyes. Yeah, that's City Hall. Okay. Yeah, see, this is why we need to get people like this out of here, dude. This is why. We just want to live our lives, man. Go back to your country and do that. They wouldn't be allowed to do this there. That's the thing. The guy flying around in a van trying to hit people just got arrested. That was one of the comments. One dude's like, what's the point of the fire? Are they cold? So I guarantee you, every single one of those guys with the black hoodies and the black mask, those guys are paid to be there and keep it going as long as possible. They instigate it, and then they walk away, and then when it dies out, they go instigate more.
Well, shit, just like a few years ago when all those bricks just magically.
Yeah, pallets of bricks.
Yeah, it just magically appeared right in that spot. Oh.
3,000 pounds of bricks just appeared on a corner in every corner.
That shit's funny.
You know, you could find out who delivered those bricks too. That's the thing, is how come they haven't figured out what company dropped them off? You've got cameras everywhere down there. You could see who dropped them off and who paid for them very easily. Fact is I don't think they want to catch these guys, man. In California, that's where that is, right? This is in LA. Yeah, so in California, it's a sanctuary city, so they're cool. Newsom and all that they're all cool with this. Kamala Harris came out, Steve, and said that
it's Kamala.
Get rid of ICE. Get rid of ICE, and that Trump was a whatever terrorist. Everything in me wants to do something about it, but what could you do? This is the new America. Wear your dinosaur hat. Fascist thugs.
Fucking fascist.
God, I hate that word now.
Oh shit. Hold on, I'm trying to do something real quick and then
yeah, we gotta end soon. I gotta go soon. $12:30 here. Judgmental can be of race and religion. Let's see. Everyone's telling them to be safe. No kidding. Yeah, this person has a great comment. Fires, fireworks, violence. This supports a great case of ignorance, not protesting. Waving flags for a country that you don't want to even be in makes no sense either when you're in the USA. True. Says Dave, LASD is getting ready to move on your air. Oh, yeah, they're shooting tear gas in now. You see it?
no, I'm not on that screen. Hold on. I'm trying to figure something out real quick, but
yep, they're firing tear gas. Oh, dude, I should definitely record this. I don't know how to record it.
Shit, that People's Cafe bus should not be in there.
No, see the popo coming down the street? They're shooting.
Oh, back here.
Yeah, they're firing cans. There's a whole line of them. The thing is, those guys with the cameras that aren't doing nothing wrong. Look at everybody's just taping everybody. We live in the weirdest world ever, dude. It's like everybody's got a camera out. There's no way you're not going to get caught.
All right. Well, here, I'm gonna do this. Let me see. Sorry, I'm like in a different world right now.
What are you doing, man? Literally.
Well, I'm trying to set it up to redirect everyone to go to another channel, and
Oh yeah, I got you.
I haven't talked to this dude in a minute, and I didn't know he had a second channel.
Oh, okay.
But he's covering the same shit, so I'm gonna redirect everyone over there. Let them know Stephen Dave sent you. And okay, now I'm back. Now I'm paying attention. But we gotta end here because we've been going 3.5 hours, and I still gotta go to work. I gotta go do work for the neighbor, and I gotta put in a water heater here at our house. But I want to tell you a quick story on the water heater, which worked out perfect. So I got a customer. I'll say his first name because he's a really cool dude. His name's Milton. Shout out to Milton. And him and his wife are realtors. And dude, I just found this out not that like a month ago, but Milton's like in his early 80s. I was like, what, dude? I would have guessed like 60. Like, you're amazing for that age. And he owns a bunch of property and rentals and da-da-da. So one of the rentals, I've done a shit ton. I actually did a video yesterday when I was there. And I'm going to make him a video and send it to him to do what he wants because he's leveling that house, that property, the house on that property, and just rebuilding a new one. And I, like 10 months ago, I put a brand new water heater in at that house. So he called me up and he's like, yeah, I'm leveling it. Do you want? I got the water heater already. And our heater is like way over 8 years old and 7 to 10's average. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take it. So even though we don't need a new water heater, I don't have to pay for it. I'm just going to swap it out. And he's giving me a refrigerator from there too, which I'm going to go this week to pick up. But get a new garage fridge. But anyway, yeah, so we don't need a water heater, but we're going to eventually, probably pretty soon. So when that time comes, I don't have to spend any money on a water heater. And that time ain't going to come because I'm just going to put it in today and be good to go.
Wow.
Well, Snooks, if you would have been here, you would have heard us.
Yeah, right. Where
sobbing about where is Snooks.
Right. I cried a little.
And then I was like, I think Snooks is on the phone with the Nut House and they're talking shit about us. And then we're like, yeah, I bet you that's what they're doing. And then Nut House showed up. He's like, hey, I'm back. And we're like, oh, okay. Maybe that's not what she was doing. I don't know. I'm just trying to make something up as I go along. But we do got to get going. So I'm going to redirect you over to my buddy, Angry Snowman, and it's a new channel, Angry Snowman 2. I haven't seen him in a minute either. But I wonder if his first channel got taken down or something. Huh. But anywho, any final thoughts, Dave? Or
no, man, but the world's crazy. I just say, like I always say, pray, stay prayed up, stay close to God, man, and you never know what's gonna happen day to day.
You don't. You never know.
Just keep your eyes on the prize. I mean, see what's going around you, but don't fear it.
Yep.
And there may come a time where you got to stand up and fight for the people that you love. You never know. Prepare yourself. What do
And
we always
always-
say, right? Food,
Oh.
water, extra stuff that you need around the house just in case stuff gets crazy.
And always do the right thing. Always do the right thing.
And I'm just kidding. Like, I wouldn't want to see anybody hurt either. I don't like seeing what I'm seeing, man. You know, if you had a Mexican and American flag, both, fine. But I'm sick of seeing like just it's like this is not conquered land from Mexico. You know, if you're here, then be here. That's what I say. I mean, I don't know if that sounds bad or what, but all I see is Mexican El Salvadorian flags burning stuff in the street. It doesn't make me want you to stay, that's for sure.
Mexican Americans answer the telephone and say hello to see who's on the other line.
I would never do this in your country. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I say always do the right thing no matter what. Because I believe in karma. I believe in good karma and I believe in bad karma. And if you choose to not do the right thing, then I believe that's going to come back on you. May not be now or next week. It might even be in 15 years. Because trust me, shit happens to me now. I still think, I wonder what it was that I did 20 years ago that is coming back to haunt me now because, you know.
I say that too. And sometimes I even tell myself I deserve whatever I got coming.
Right. That, and then whatever does happen, you have to learn from it because that's where people mess up. Instead of, why does this always happen to me? It's like, no, well, look at what happened and learn from it and then make adjustments and changes and make sure it doesn't happen again instead of always being the victim, basically, you know. Because if nobody ever fails, no one will ever succeed. So.
Well, much love to you, brother. Good stream. Yeah, I mean, you guys, just a little bit of news we showed you for, what, an hour and a half or two. You just see how crazy the world is. It's just getting crazier every day. There might be a time.
Shout out to all 45 people who hit that like button.
Yeah, thank you. And you know what? There might be a day where we log on here to do this and we can't anymore.
You never know, man. Every day is something new, something different's always happening. So,
peace.
But definitely stay positive, stay happy, do the right thing. Because at the end of the day, we always have more in common than we don't. So with that being said, have a beautiful morning, beautiful day, beautiful afternoon, beautiful evening, a beautiful night, whatever it may be, wherever you are. Much love, much aloha, and most importantly, God bless.
I keep climbing, no mountain too steep. Dreams in my pocket, they're mine to keep. The world keeps turning, but I stand tall. With every stumble, I conquer it all. I got everything to prove, nothing to lose. The fire in my soul is set to cruise. Dedicated, motivated, breaking through the door. I'm unstoppable, I'm ready for more. I got everything to live for, I got nothing to lose. I'm Steve Harloha, passion's my guide. I'll never quit, even when shadows do their bit. Every heartbeat's a drum, pushing me through. I'll rewrite the rules, I'll break them too. I got everything to live for, I got nothing to lose. I'm Steve Harloha, I'm dedicated, motivated, passionate, and I'll never quit. To prove, it's like every time I try, the more that I move. I got everything to live for, everything to prove. I'll never give up, I got nothing to lose. I got everything to live for, I got nothing to lose. I'm Steve Harloha, I'm dedicated, motivated, passionate, and I'll never. And neither should you. Believe in yourself. Always be yourself. Always be true to yourself.